My name is Rafa Esparza. Many of you know me as a friendly neighborhood BJJ podcaster, but that's not all I do in our sport. I'm a jiu-jitsu commentator, broadcaster, photographer, meme maker, analyst, writer, coach, tournament producer, and occasional athlete therapist. I know, it's weird. I've worn many hats in jiu-jitsu, but the one that I cherish the most is serving as a host. We have done some incredible things over the past 4 years on this show, but starting this Tuesday, we will roll out a brand new experience for fans of the Grappling Hour. Going forward, we will be offering 2 membership-based offerings. Tier number 1 will give our fans early access to my interviews. Tier 1 members will have the ability to see my interviews a month before they're released to the general public. And as a topical show that has a track record of being the first destination for some of the biggest names in our sport, you won't want to miss out on those. Members of this tier will also have access to audio versions of this show in the event that they don't want to see my face, which I totally get. Each month, subscribers will get to see 4-hour-long interviews. Tier 2 members will not only have early access to my interviews, but they will also get to see brand new content that will not be available anywhere else. New premium content includes bi-weekly podcast minisodes. These episodes are designed for the grappling superfans who want in-depth discussions with our guests on topics ranging from greatest losses to opponents that competitors respected the most. Topics will be explored for limited runs, anywhere between 4 to 10 weeks, and will give the featured guests on each episode an opportunity to share the type of unique insight that either gets lost or overlooked in most other interviews. Drill Sessions, a monthly segment where friends and guests of the show will share short videos of the techniques and sequences they're currently drilling in their gyms. Swept Under the Mat, never before seen behind-the-scenes footage from the Grappling Hour archives, and short videos and vlogs from the coverage that I do at various MMA and grappling live events. Members will also be treated to show bloopers and occasional clips of my own training sessions. There's also going to be a live chat dedicated to members of this tier that will answer questions, ranging from just about anything you guys want to throw at me. And finally, members of this tier will also have the ability to pitch mini-sode episodes and occasionally submit questions for upcoming guests. To become a member, head on over to hi.page/grappling hour. You can also find the link for that page in the description below. Now listen, I know there are a lot of you who may not be able to afford these subscription tiers. That's why it's important to me to still offer some content for those people who want to support the show, but may not have the means to do so financially. So for you, we're still going to offer a condensed weekly version of the show. That show will give you the first 10 minutes of my interviews, and a month after that episode is released to our early access and premium subscribers, they will be unlocked on our YouTube page. In return, all that I ask is that you subscribe to us here on our YouTube page and that you continue to like and share the content that you enjoy on our page. I know money is tight for everybody right now. The last thing you want to do is thinking about having to invest in another subscription-based service. But I hope that you see the value in the types of interviews that I do. I hope you see the consistency of my coverage over the past 10 years, and I hope you see the overall vision that I have for this show. I have never been short on ambition. And for the next phase of this show, I'm taking a pretty big swing. So with that, I'm going to need some support. I hope that you'll come with us and help us become an even bigger and better show. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for even watching all the way to right now, even if you do nothing. It's been a great day for grappling. We'll see you back on the mats. What is up, everybody? It is your friendly neighborhood BJJ podcaster, Rafa Esparza, coming to you with another great installment of Grappling Hour. Hey, check this out. We are here over at New Ground Jiu Jitsu. Things look a little different. Look how bright. Oh, wait, you're already flexing on them? Why are you flexing on these hoes?
Background, so like it accents.
Better. It does, doesn't it?
I'm saying.
But what is this white background all about,
so now we got wall mats. We expanded the mats all the way around, so every wall is connected with floor mats, and we got all the wall pads up.
But that's not the only person we got over here. We've got Andreas, aka the one, aka the second leader of the LWO here at New Ground Jiu Jitsu, coming
Anders Clegane. Oh, that's not good.
So what's not good? You just mentioned
Already
something.
he's just eating shots. Kron's eating shots by Jourdain. Not really reacting either. He's like not moving his head.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's just covering
That's
up,
not good
taking
at all.
shots.
Now,
Not
is
a fan of that.
Is Kron representing jiu-jitsu here tonight?
100. He represents always. If he goes to a Chipotle, he's representing jiu-jitsu.
Are we concerned for him right now just by the way he's looking here, Frosto?
I'm concerned that the other TV is faster, and
Okay.
I'm here.
No,
it's
we're
behind.
faster.
It's behind. Yeah.
I was about to say we're 10 seconds
So I'm hearing
ahead. So
hearing that one and
Okay,
watching this,
okay.
I'm like, nothing happened.
nothing happened yet, but you know here in the future you are watching as things go. And here's the thing: if you're this fighter, if you are Jourdain and you're fighting Kron, you don't want him anywhere close to your body.
No.
Shoving him off is the way to go. Andy, you said that you were going to come on as Kron Gracie, so
Yeah.
can we get a little bit of that? Because I'd love to see what you're.
Like, I don't
That
even
was
care
tight.
right now. All right, I'm just in here to fight, dude.
You're just sitting here to
Whatever.
fight. You don't want to do any of Henry Cejudo's bullshit antics.
Yeah, I don't got time for that right now, man. I'm watching fights.
Is it
so
that
like,
you're kind of
when you're
moody
done
because
when you're done talking about fights, I'm here, bro. All right.
Is it that you have a little bit of, hey, listen, dude, I'm cutting weight. I can't deal with you right now, or are you
Hey.
just so cringy? Why did I come back?
Look, fucking Nate Diaz told me that Henry Cejudo's a cringy motherfucker, so stay away from
That's
him. You
fair.
know,
That's fair.
that's what it is.
Uncle Nate knows a lot of things.
I'm not with all that King Henry stuff, bro. Whatever.
I would like to see Kron go with the old school hoist Gracie stomp kick into a takedown.
Yes.
Let's see
fair.
more of those. There's the kick.
Oh,
Oh,
I mean,
Jesus.
So,
eating
what
shots.
is this whole thing about Kron Gracie wanting to go 15 minutes? Because if you look at this right now, he's going to be real grateful that they are going in 5-minute increments.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could use a little break in advice, like stop going forehead first into the other guy's fists. But
Stop.
that's one way of closing the distance. That's one
Stop
way of doing it.
Blocking punches with
Yeah,
your hair.
I mean, fuck it. Do it. There you go. Pull guard.
Oh, there we go.
Boom.
like
there we
it.
go.
That's the best guard pull I think
Oh,
we've seen
Yep, that was
in
smooth.
some time.
That was smooth. There we go. It's working a high guard.
Uh-oh. I think everybody over there is just coming in right now.
Yep.
All right.
So, Andreas, were you excited to hear that he was going to be fighting again?
I genuinely was. Like, you know, I mean, it's not that he has anything to prove, but I believe that he could be good. I mean, he proved that he could be durable in there with Cub. I mean, he got lit up, but, you know, the man withstood it.
He did.
I don't know if that's the best approach to a career in this realm, obviously, but if that's what he wants to go out there and do, cool. I mean, it's nice to see him pull like this, and he's actually being active with it, not just holding on.
Well, it
so.
goes to your strength.
We'll see.
So why not go to your
Yeah,
strength
exactly.
in the
Like,
sport?
look at this. Look at this.
Ooh.
He's already setting up a nice armbar or a triangle.
yep.
Like, you're literally a world-class grappler. Why not use that?
I appreciate the fact that Kron was trying to win with Gracie warm-ups right here for just a split second.
All right. Let's break down Kron Gracie's guard pull in the UFC.
Oh, actually, we're going to do 3 different angles on how we do that right now.
Yeah.
Don't mention the fact that I have been involved in a lawsuit, and I have actually taken several dollars from many people. I feel like...
no good.
Ooh, he tried for that little sweep, too.
Missed it. Yeah, butt
That's
scoop.
okay.
He
Butt
said,
scoop.
fuck it, I'm going to do
Yeah,
jiu-jitsu.
do it.
Yeah. Now he's representing jiu-jitsu. This is what it's all about. That's what I'm talking about. You ever fight me, I'm doing that. Kicking your shins out, bro.
That's my only concern with Kron coming back is, one, why was he gone in the first place?
Okay.
And 2,
Oh.
you would assume if you're going to be gone, you're making improvements.
Sure.
I don't see improvements.
Well, I think the most basic improvement would be the striking. And I guess just from his nonchalant attitude, I'm like, what have you been doing, dude?
Yeah,
Like, I get no
like-
sense of what you've been up to.
I almost want to say he's kind of George Foremaning it a little, like mummy guarding in there.
He was
but
selling
I don't
grills
know.
in there? Like, what are you
Is
talking
Is that
about?
what he's doing, dude? Like, he
He's
just
selling grills that make greaseless burgers.
yeah, he's trying to get in his
Drained
grill
grease.
with that Foreman grip, dude.
Did you say
Look at that.
greaseless burger?
Look at this, yeah.
Oh my
Touch his
God.
shins, bro.
If you're not going to work on striking, work on defense within the striking realm.
We should also talk about this ref here for a second. Has anybody gotten a look on how much on the juice this guy is? USADA clearly is not touching these refs.
On top of that, I'm sure they could find him a far better fitting shirt.
If there's anyone's performance that I want enhanced on a fight night, it's the ref. I want the ref to be enhanced. So that's, I'm all
You want
for
the
it.
ref to be juiced to the
Damian
gills?
Maya in his corner. Powerful,
It
powerful
was
Damian
his
Maya.
plan to pull guard. Damian's like, hey, if you can't get a hold, just pull.
My brother. No. Too much stand up. Pull.
Kron just like spit water at him.
Damian Maya is there to remind him that he is a jiu-jitsu player.
See, I
I
mean,
believe that's what his job is.
Yeah.
Hey, you're a black belt. Oh, yeah. I forgot.
I'm going to be real honest with you guys. If I was Damian Maya, every part of my advice would be, well, when I fought, I did this. And I don't know how well that goes over, but if he was saying it, I'd be like, bro, yeah, I listened to you. I fuck with what you're talking about here, sir.
You would think Jourdain would be trying to stay outside more, but it seems like he's okay with engaging in the clinch.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So they have a new episode of Year of the Fighter.
Okay.
It's Henry Cejudo.
Okay.
What happens if he loses tonight?
It's going to be Day of the Fighter.
Do they cancel the episode? Do they pull
Yeah.
it?
You're going to be like, that episode has been canceled. Sorry, everybody. We were into hearing what he was up to, but now, we don't even care.
Just going to disappear.
All right.
Kron looks like he's 2 blunts in and forgot he was in the UFC.
Was it Jourdain that said the Earth is flat during the press conference? That he just wanted to leave? He was like, I just want to make sure you guys know the Earth is actually not flat. Just kidding. And I was a big fan of that. I mean, listen, dude. Koala pull. Dude, if I'm him, I literally am just going to run head first into that post and be like, that's what you get for pulling guard here, sir. I mean,
imagine he pulls an armbar off of there, dude.
He's got that shoulder lock if he can get
No
it.
way,
he's trying that
dude.
near lock
No.
shoulder lock.
Oh, he lost it.
He's going to drop down to a simple sweep.
Oof. I mean, here's the sad part. This is very good for Kron's game. So, if you're Charles Jourdain, you're thinking to yourself, you should be winning this fight, just given all things. And right now, if you play into this game, that just opens up more opportunities for Kron Gracie to kind of get in and submit you, my friend. Oh, armbar clock. The problem is there's no like isolation on the armbar yet. But he's so fast, you may not even see it fully coming like most people would. Andres, have you ever hit an armbar from guard?
I actually have, but it is one of those things that if you hit it, it has to be quick.
It was a trial.
It was a trial guy. It was a trial guy, and it was his fault. He should have known better. All right, dude. I watched UFC before coming in here, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, someone invited me to go play badminton, and I YouTubed that shit, bro, to make sure that I knew how to do anything.
My backswing
Did
was
you
on
know
point.
shuttlecocks are actually very aerodynamic, and it takes a lot of that.
Please
a lot
be
of effort to
careful
make
with your
that. You see, I
language,
did my
sir. There are
research because
children
someone
present
challenged me
when you say
before,
I
bro.
had no idea that was the actual
So
name of
that
it.
is
the
It
name of
frightened
it.
me the first time.
That's how much I went into YouTube before somebody invited me to that. You know?
So what did you learn in all of your YouTubing?
I learned that I suck at badminton and I don't want to play it. But you know what? I need to know the rules before I show up. Same with free trial guy who showed up and didn't know how to defend an armbar. That's his fault.
That's fair.
And then when he went to sleep, that was his fault too.
Hey, absolutely.
You don't go to sleep at a jiu-jitsu class.
Do you understand how much everybody after that lawsuit has been like, have you signed the waiver?
Oh, I know.
I know this doesn't mean much, but did you sign it? Please sign it.
Dude, I came in and made sure I signed a waiver. You know what? I don't even remember,
Our waivers are
but
golden, by the way. Golden.
They're absolutely.
Don't worry, guys. I will never spike you.
I love the fact that your waiver was smart enough to also know, like, yo, if we make a highlight, you just stuck, fam. Like, you gotta this is going on social.
Online. Anything filmed can be used.
Absolutely. Yep. I just thought, I was like, dude, most people don't read these things. I read them. And when I read that, I was like, oh, yeah, I can say, I'm probably going to do something real dumb.
What's even funnier is nobody reads it when I've had numerous people come in, never taken a class, never tried jiu-jitsu, and they come in, they're like, I'm just going to sign up. Like, oh, you should probably read that.
I know.
Oh, man.
How do we feel so far about this, though?
I mean,
I don't know if Jourdain looks good or Gracie looks bad.
I don't understand why Jourdain hasn't thrown any leg kicks either.
To keep that distance a little bit from Kron coming in.
I mean, I doubt Kron's going to blast him with a double or a single. I mean, he's kind of just reaching to the lats. I mean, you're giving him more of that with boxing in front of him.
Even when he ties up on the fence, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He never drops for the legs.
Like,
I mean, I
So
do appreciate the fact that Kron's not even pretending like there's a strategy here. He's literally just hands down, marching forward
I mean,
each time.
I give it to Kron for
How long
doing
was he
that,
out
but
for?
I mean,
I
4
don't know.
years.
Was it
About
3?
4 years?
it doesn't look like he's thrown a kick in 4 years. Like, this is his first time doing it.
Good pull. 37 seconds left in this second round of a featherweight bout. And I think Kron's ready to just kind of take a nap here, bro.
Man.
I am hearing the boos, the
Yep,
delayed boos
yep.
from the pull of the guard. But guys, this is what he's good at. So let him do what he's
I
good
mean,
at.
if he wins, I don't know if I can appreciate this.
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay.
Not a fan.
I mean, did he win this round?
I don't think. Kron or
Kron.
Jourdain? No.
Okay. So I don't think he's going to win it.
No.
But you're saying if Jourdain wins.
No. If Kron wins, I can't even appreciate his performance in this. Like, everything looks bad. Everything looks bad.
I think we're on a good path for him not to win so
Yeah.
far.
He has to finish in this round. But he almost looks like he's relying on his jiu-jitsu and he didn't work anything else. And he's like, I'm just going to go in and do what Kron does. And it's not working out.
It is, I don't know. I'll tell you this much. As much as I hated seeing Drew get knocked out, I would have much rather had that as the opener for this pay-per-view.
Man.
But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Yeah.
It's you know what the worst part is we have family members here and friends of the gym who are like, he's out, and I was like, you don't know, he could get back up. He's screwed over, man.
He got him right away.
But I'm glad he seemed okay afterwards. But dude, that was rough to watch. When you see your boy kind of like take a few on the chin.
Nunes Aldana.
Yeah, you excited for Nunes?
I'm excited for Aldana, to be honest.
I like this better than Pena.
Yeah,
I do too.
Yeah. I like
Change it
Aldana.
up.
I
Do
really like
we
Aldana.
know why?
Pena's out?
Yeah.
She got an
No, I don't
injury
know.
or something, probably, most likely.
Okay.
I don't
I had
know.
no clue. I was trying to figure out why.
Let's go, Kron. Use that forehead. Break his hand. Oh, pumping that jab. I mean, that high guard's working for him, I
really
guess.
want to go back and watch some of Kron's. Like, I want to watch his fight with Cub Swanson. I want to go watch some old ones. I feel like his striking was way better than
It
this.
was more fluid.
Not super crisp, but
He was more
this
fluid
looks
with it.
awful. Watch,
So-
I say that, and he's going to KO him right now.
Yeah, I just fucking overhand.
Just to
him.
show
fucking
you and be
head
like,
kick
hey, didn't appreciate hearing that right now.
look at the slips.
Charles.
Look at the slips.
I mean, the slips are good. That's great.
Ay,
No.
ay,
Yeah, forearm into the post.
ay. Yep.
Yep, and find your distance. Go right back to it. At this point, and I hate to say this because I think a jab is a very smart way of establishing the distance. Jourdain, you have the distance. You're good, bro.
Yeah. At this point,
Was
jabbing. Ooh, nice uppercut.
was Jourdain trying to tell the ref there something?
Yeah, I don't know what, though. He just clapped his hands together and.
Was he just trying to tell him, like, yo,
nice
I
body.
loved you in Toy Soldiers? Like, is that what he
Just
was saying?
watched
right
that,
there?
by the way.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Fucking love
Referee
that
looks
movie.
like Chip Hazard.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fucking love Small
God.
Soldiers.
we just have to say this. This is a very ugly fight.
Kron looks like he's been hanging out with Nate Diaz way too much.
Woo!
Way too much.
Woo! And not in the good way. Not in the good way. Oh, that.
They got accustomed to fighting on the street. They thought it was going to be like this all around.
Hey, those count as strikes.
Not.
Every one of those leg things.
Are they
count as
significant, though?
strikes.
Yeah,
they're
they're significant.
You kidding me? He's not going to walk tomorrow.
I would love to say this.
Dude, have you ever been kicked in the lats like that? It sucks.
I'll be
dude.
honest with you. I've always wanted to be a fighter so that someone could count my insignificant strikes and tell that to my face.
Come Monday morning, how many Gracie students pause their membership?
Oh. Well, definitely not his.
None of
'cause
them,
I don't
bro,
think
because he's
has
going to win. Jiu-jitsu worked.
It won in my heart.
You guys are just haters, bro. Look at my Kron bun. It's
I
working,
think he
bro.
did too much,
let's
he did
look
too
at
much
that-
gi this camp. That's all it was.
He did.
Look at that.
Too much gi
Too
this
much
camp.
gi.
He was like,
Inspired by
fuck.
Kron.
Reaching for the belt. Shit's
Go,
not there.
Kron. Get an arm bar. Come on, please.
You know, I think this is one of those moments where you just kind of say, Kron, you don't have to do this, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
you don't.
you don't have to be here if you don't really want to.
You're gonna be 5-2.
This is one of those moments too where I want to yell at Jourdain, like, bro.
is he gonna
what
go
were you-
rubber
Come
guard?
on, no.
Yeah, I think
Is
he's
he
going
gonna
rubber
defy
guard.
Hickson and go rubber guard?
No, bro.
That's when you know you're in trouble. You're like, shit, I got to go to rubber guard. God damn it.
You think Jourdain's just like waiting for something amazing to happen to him?
I think Jourdain is just as
Like a
puzzled
magical
as we are.
triangle he's never seen?
I actually think Jourdain was like, I should probably be triangled here, but I'm not. What's happening?
Yeah, man. I think he overthought the jiu-jitsu too much.
Yeah.
It seems like that. Yeah, see? He's like freaked out to go down there.
I mean,
He's been
listen,
doing
kick.
decent.
How much does this change if Kron goes, like, let's say reaches a level of Gary Tonin leg locks? Like, how much does this dynamic change right now?
I'll tell you
if
this
you're desperate and you're trying to finish, that's the way to finish right now.
I'll tell you this right now. Even at his most, like trying to scrap and win by any means necessary, Sage Northcutt got a heel hook this
Bro.
week.
Yeah.
There's
Sage
no getting over that.
Northcutt got a heel hook. I saw that live. It was awesome. And they're doing it right out there.
Yeah.
You know
That
what I
one
mean?
was actually really fun yesterday.
Yeah,
I
it was a
did enjoy
great
that.
card, to be honest. I enjoyed it very much.
I mean, listen,
Sam Fairtex put an awesome performance on.
absolutely.
We got to see the GOAT do his thing.
come on, you're
Misumechi
not
was
gonna
great.
Hold on. Did that statistic just tried to tell me that he had 38% on his strikes?
Kron,
Were
Bro.
they insignificant?
I don't even know at this
they're
point.
counting just the heel kicks from close guard. He's 38. He missed half of them.
Bro, honestly,
He missed-
Jourdain looked a little bit tired
He missed
after those heel
62%
kicks.
of the heel kicks from close guard.
Bro, I don't even care how tired he looked. He still was throwing more.
Oh,
than
he
Kron
finally
was.
threw a leg kick.
Hey. And
Dude,
not
he
a
looks
minute
so
too
bad.
soon.
Oh, my God.
I don't know why he hasn't been throwing leg kicks the whole fight.
This is,
I need Kron to stop.
there we go.
Yeah.
Yay. Boo. Yay. Hey,
Well-
1 15-minute round, am I right?
Yeah.
Yep, one of those. That would be great.
Yeah, dude, if we hadn't stopped for like twice during the fight, I would have finished them. But you know,
Absolutely. You don't
That's
even
just
know.
me.
You don't even know my mentality. Let me say this real quick.
yeah, dude.
Because I was texted, I was messaged while this was going on. So, you know, we have a rule on this show to cheers those who get finishes. That clearly didn't happen here. But happy to announce the wrestling coach from our good friends over at Milton Arguello's Mixed Martial Arts Academy just came home with gold at
Nice.
Jiu-Jitsu World League at his very
Hell yeah.
first Jiu-Jitsu tournament.
there we go.
So let's do a nice little toast. Hey,
'Cause
Mason.
This fight's definitely not cheersworthy. But
Hey, this fight was not cheersworthy.
No.
But you know what is cheersworthy? First tournament coming home with gold.
My
Cheers to
man.
you, Mace. Hey,
I don't
thank
even
you
know
so
you.
much.
Cheers
Hey,
for you, brother.
you know, I could tell Mason was a real one. I was like, hey, man, I'd like to buy some privates from you. And he's like, okay, what do you need? And I was like, well, is everything an option?
what's up with this camera angle, though?
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh, look at them
Yeah.
oh, wow.
I want to see.
Oh, I think,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
loafers.
what does that even mean?
I don't know.
5446 was my number. Isn't that what it was?
have
Did I
no
read the wrong
idea.
number?
I have no idea.
Whatever, bro.
42.
Toots and the Maytals. Go listen to
seems
that.
like something that you have to send Amazon to get a return.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, what's your return number? I put it on the octagon.
I put it on there, dude. Are you sure? Yes, I did. Let's see.
Well, that's not a surprise.
I thought
Yep.
Kron had it.
I mean, yep. What do you expect, bro?
I mean, I'm interested to hear what he tells Joe in some way, but I feel like if you're Joe, you want to keep this interview mega
his
short.
jiu-jitsu wasn't shit.
So, what did he do? Oh, he called it discipline.
Discipline.
See, in my ears, I thought he actually said that was a disappointing and measured fight, and I said that's accurate.
That's accurate. He wouldn't be wrong either way.
No.
Was disciplined, was disappointing.
Yeah.
I low-key forgot about Charles Jourdain. It's been, when's the last time he fought? It's
Don't-
been a while.
It's been a bit.
I forgot about him.
Did he fight Tapuria? But I feel like he had a
Maybe.
fight with Tapuria,
I don't
one of
even
those
remember.
guys. Yeah.
If he did, it was a minute ago.
So
What do you expect from a Gracie on the feet? I don't know what do you expect? I'm sorry.
Stomp kicks,
What do you
bro.
get
Stomp
get
kicks.
kicked in the knee?
not only those stomp
Something.
kicks, but like those sliding stomp kicks,
Yeah.
where they recover good distance as they were going to do that. So okay, a few
Yeah.
things. Number one, you got these wall mats here. They look
Yeah.
great, and
Yeah.
I didn't think they were gonna give us this much depth.
Oh, I know.
It looks
solid.
super nice, and I
you.
don't do much for these shots, so I was very pleased to see how it pops it out. But what was the need? When did you decide, like, all right, I gotta
We
do
started to
this?
get to the point with certain adult classes, and it was mostly the evening times, like our 6 p.m.s and 7:30s, where like there was enough room to drill. And if you're mindful of your space, you're good. But if you want to get like hard training in, you had to be super careful, not just for like the space of running into somebody, but I, along with a couple other people on multiple occasions, the mats are framed in by wood. And if you hit your foot on that thing, dude, my foot swelled up.
Yeah.
I caught my foot. I almost got swept. I like hip switched to hold my balance, and my foot landed straight on the corner of the wood, and it jacked my foot up. I had it happen to a couple other people. I was like, okay, we're starting to get to the point where it seems safer to just have the wall mats in general. But also too, with like we kept getting an influx of students where the other classes were starting to grow. Now 11 a.m. super packed, so it made more sense to kind of like have it already set in place. We're coming up on the 2-year anniversary. I figured it'd be a good like kind of way to bring that in as we do like the anniversary party. See the new mat space, and not like rebrand, but kind of like reopen,
Like
almost
reintroduce
like a new mat
yourself,
space.
you
Yeah,
know?
reintroduce it. So it was good. It worked out timing wise. Had a lot of help. Andy was here a lot helping, and it was just good to have everybody kind of come together to kind of put their touch on it too, because everybody jumped in on a different day. So we had people come in Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We sent out an email that we'd be open on Tuesday. We didn't finish this till Monday night at like 5 or 6
Oh
p.m.
my God.
I was so nervous. I'm like, fuck, we're gonna have to push it back. Barely got it under the wire, so it worked out.
Because
But, now it feels way better.
I was laughing because you guys were doing it very well timed. It was right before 10-round Tuesday, which is a signature element of this. Look at this. Look at this in the background. Boom.
Bam, done.
Hi.
In the shot. What's up?
Hi. How are you doing, Slee?
How are you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
I like that you were just like, I think I'm on. I don't know.
You know what? My ear was like touching his, so I couldn't hear.
It's
if
when you're
anyone
in
was
love,
talking. And it's loud in here.
and it is loud. It's super
Yeah,
loud.
lots of people.
Yeah. No, it's a good turnout. So it worked out. Timing was perfect for it.
Well, it looks great. I can't tell you guys how excited I was to get here and see the
Yeah.
additional space, just because of the amount of time that I've known this gym. It's like you looked at it and you saw it happen, and when we got mats, we were excited about that day one.
Yeah.
When we could actually roll in here.
Yeah.
And then cut to, all right, I don't want to be a complainer, but like we need more space.
Yeah.
And then being like, hey, everybody be mindful of your fucking space.
Yeah.
Don't fucking hit each other. And I asked this week because I think it's kind of a weird conversation to have. Some people actually think very badly of this. But I asked everybody, I was like, what is your go-to for a mat check? And some people are of the mindset that you should never mat check other people, like not because of the safety, but because of the hierarchy of seniority. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it because I'm like, oh man, I'm a better rank than you. Most of the time I'm doing it because, idiot, look where you're going.
Yeah.
You're gonna hit somebody.
Yeah, I think that's one of those things that you have to be mindful during your role, and you know when you're being destructive when you're not. We all know it. We
Yeah.
can't act like we don't know. You're having a hard roll with somebody, there's nothing wrong with that, but be mindful of where you're going with it. You get me? If it's an open mat, don't pick someone up and try to run them across the room. That doesn't make sense. Even in a full... empty room, really. Like, why would you do that, really? If you know
think-
there's two other people on the mat, you might run the risk of running into them.
But again, I think sometimes your mind goes to a different place.
Yeah.
And when that happens, the guy's like,
You need to win at practice. That's
Are
what
the-
goes through your mind.
the guys are in
and you
such
see
a
red, and that's it, dude. Like, you just got to mat check everyone when you see red.
But I laugh because I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, hey man, I know I want to roll pretty well and have fun, but like, if I don't Kimura Andreas today, It's not going to be the end of my day. Like,
Look, dude, some people might wake up and think that that's exactly what they want to do to me or you or Mike.
I can guarantee
if they want to. I don't know if they will to him. There are very few people that I think that can do that to him or that I know of.
At some point, we're going to have that problem again.
Oh,
where
sure.
It's too packed and we're running into each other. From my perspective as a gym owner, I think it's our responsibility to make sure the experience is always good and always improving.
Yeah.
And it could be in any way, whether you're doing more events, you're bringing in more high-level people to come and educate your students. In this case, we remodeled the space to give more room, make it a little bit more enjoyable for training, drilling, rolling. But that should always be the goal regardless, you know what I mean? If we're trying to grow students and get them to improve, the space in which you train should improve along with it, right? However that is. And again, it doesn't always have to be physical, but it makes a big difference. It gives a different feel. It brings the energy up a little bit differently. So, however we can keep that going, I want to try and find different ways that we can just constantly improve the space itself.
I mean, it's nice, but I think that next move could be an expansion at some point. And I think this gets us some nice time before we get to an expansion for you.
Yeah.
Because it's always fun. Like, one of my favorite things between both you and Milton is you guys both got these spaces and everybody's like super hyped for both of you guys. And then all of a sudden you both are like, I want more space. And I was like, yo, step one, open a gym. Step two, have a gym for a while. But it's just nice that in our heads, that's kind of like, no, the next goal. I'm looking at the next thing, but you're right. Let's do this. And I think it's a nice testament that you have that many people that it becomes something that you have to worry about safety, where you go, okay,
exactly.
Now we have an issue that's a good problem.
Yeah. No, I'm enjoying it. Even a lot of the students are like, dude, it looks like a new gym, which to a degree it does. But,
it does.
The idea is just, again, safety first and foremost. But yeah, I think once it gets to a certain point, hopefully by the end of this year, who knows if we look at second location, we'll see, but it's growing really fast. So I'm stoked on that.
Hey, I love the idea of New Ground South Side,
right?
New Ground West Side. There's going to be a whole bunch of different people. People are like, oh, no, I go to New Ground OG.
Yeah.
New Ground headquarters.
We're going to start our own version of 10th Planet. We're going to have New Ground HQ, and then I'll have New Ground fucking Guatemala. I don't know. Figure it out.
I love the idea that you're also
New
going to have
Ground Mars.
Yeah.
All right, bro? Zero gi, no gi. How's
Zero
that
Zero
sound?
gravity, zero gi.
Zero gravity, zero gi. Complete no gi.
That's the motto.
All right, bro? You want to be free of everything, of every G, of every gravity, bro? That's
All right, gents,
Don't even need it to roll.
I have to ask you both because I am someone with zero tattoos. But earlier this week, it was put up that this gentleman has settled the debate. He has the worst tattoos in all of mixed martial arts.
I've seen a couple just as bad, if not worse. There's one guy, I have no idea what his name is. He's got something across his throat. Same thing, it's just lettering. But I don't even know what it says. It made no sense to me. It was like Savage or I don't know, something weird. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about that.
How do you guys feel about the champ Jamahal Hill's thumbs up tattoos? Like, is that respectable now that he's the champion? He literally has thumbs up tattooed on his chest.
On his chest, two different thumbs up?
They're not very
Are they
good.
His thumbs?
But they might be his thumbs.
If they're his thumbs, I think it's acceptable.
Thumbs up on there.
I mean, Steve-O has himself tattooed on his back.
That is very true.
So, I think it's less about the tattoo and more on how it blends into your body.
Okay.
So if it's just like an ugly tattoo and it just stands alone, that's pretty gross.
That's very true.
If you have things around it, whether it adds to it or not, but if it just like blends in properly and it kind of mixes into it all, I think it's good.
But do you think that mixed in with him, that he looked like...
that one stands alone. The
Yeah.
one on his chest, that's just text. It's just text. So there's nothing around it. There's no shading. There's no additional images. It's just text.
And I don't think you have words, right? Like, you don't have words on your tattoos.
I don't have words. I wouldn't be against words. Like, I don't like single words.
Okay.
I don't mind like short little phrases. But like a single word, like I don't know, what single word would you get to like, if you get
Hope.
like savage.
Jiu-jitsu.
Hope, I'm like, I don't know.
Jiu-jitsu across your forearm.
Dream.
Yeah, right? Gordon. Talking to
What?
you, bro.
No, what? What are you talking about, bro?
He's the only one I know.
I've
with
met
the
plenty of
jiu-jitsu
people with
across his
jiu-jitsu
forearm.
tattooed on them, bro.
What about on the forearm? On the forearm
That's very
specifically.
true.
Jiu-jitsu's Gordon's the main one.
So, okay. Andreas, do you have a word, just a word tattooed on you?
I have 2 words tattooed on me.
And what are the
They're
words?
hidden.
Oh, they're hidden?
Yeah.
You made
it
it
was
like an album deep cut that
One's
you
on
have
his
to listen
left
to at the
arm.
end?
I have something that I got when I was about, I think I was 15 at the time.
Okay.
You don't give 15-year-olds a tattoo gun.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I have a very bad lip tattoo. It reads the words, fuck you. Well, not anymore, but yeah, they're on
I
there.
still think that's better than dream, believe, and make it
It's
happen.
a little
I mean,
faded out, but
To be fair, so how much did that actually hurt, though?
if I'm honest, it didn't.
Okay.
I think going to the dentist was a little bit worse than that. If I like after a couple of minutes of doing this, like you just go numb, and then it just, I don't know, you just zone out.
So
but then again, I'm one of those weirdos that fall asleep during tattoos. So
Oh, you can't fall asleep during that, though, right?
I mean, I was bored,
I've
but I
fallen
wasn't
asleep.
asleep.
What's the tattoo you fell asleep on?
My forearm.
That one right there?
That blade, I fell asleep.
Yeah,
But
I
okay,
fell asleep
what,
on both
what makes me
calf
nervous
tattoos.
about falling asleep is like either dreaming or having a part where I
Yeah.
jolt and wake up.
Yeah.
So that's always in my mind every time I start drifting. But there's times where I just start zoning out. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh fuck. I'm like, okay, don't fall asleep, don't twitch, don't fucking spaz. Just sit there, sit still.
I have to be honest because it's similar but different. I've had to think over the years that I've fallen asleep while getting a haircut. And I've thought about
I do
this
that
where I
a
was
lot.
like, oh no, did I like fall asleep when I was
Yeah.
getting a haircut and actually make up?
Yeah.
And then I started thinking, I was like, I think I've only done that with a family friend.
like
Oh,
in
no,
a
I've done
weird
the head bop. I've done the
yeah, like in a weird way, that's kind of scary because you kind of feel bad because you might be stressing the barber out. Like,
Yeah.
dude, if this guy head jolts, he might fuck up this fade. And then
Absolutely.
it's not really his fault that you decided to show up sleeping.
Or especially
you
if
know?
they're doing like the close shave.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, dude, on close shave, I am stiff as a board whenever they're doing that off of me.
All right, Evloev is a -900 favorite
Okay.
against 21-5 Lopez. That's wild.
Wow, look at that powerful mullet.
It is a very powerful mullet, but
If
he,
Diego wins, you can get a mullet.
All right, bro.
But if he loses, you got to go bald.
oh no.
Don't threaten me with a
You
good
got to
time.
get a Evloev
the
haircut,
way
which is just like standard issue.
you can't spell
Oh,
Evloev
nice.
without love for mullets.
Okay,
There
but
it is.
have we discussed the fact?
Oh.
This dude had his hair combed
minus.
in the most hair over face emo you could have. That was a beautifully timed moment. That pass almost happened. Don't give your leg.
heel hook
Don't
the
give your
fuck out of
leg.
it.
No.
What is
Bring
wrong
it.
with you,
Take
bro?
it, take it. He doesn't
No.
train with Danaher. He doesn't train with Danaher.
Nope.
I could tell.
Brazilians don't do leg locks.
Ooh,
No, but-
KO him right there.
Yep.
Hammer fist his face off.
Oh man. Now I guess I do want you to get heel hook, but it's not going to happen here. Oh.
Whoa.
I
This guy
think
Lopez
this dude
is wild.
Lopez is also fighting with the urgency that you have when you're mad about the tattoo you got.
I mean, if you dream it, you
Look,
can make it happen.
he
Dream
wants-
it, believe it, make it happen.
He wants a good finish so that he can get a bonus and get a sick-ass tattoo. That's what he needs that bonus for.
Bro,
Come on,
3
Lopez.
of the letters don't even line up. It looks like for the word
Oh,
it
it's a
looks
nice
like 2
elbow.
separate words.
Amazing.
Man, Diego. Come on.
Come on, Dana. Give my boy Diego a bonus. He needs new ink.
He needs to cover up.
Yeah.
I think that's probably
Come on,
one of
Dana, You don't
the-
want your fighters looking like that.
I think that's one of the most legitimate reasons to actually give a fighter a bonus.
Right? Like-
to be like, look at my chest.
Imagine
dude.
Dana, he'd be like, did you see his fucking tattoos? Of course I had to give him a bonus. They were fucking hideous.
What if that was the only stipulation? It's like, I'll give
Yeah.
you a bonus if you get it covered.
Yeah.
Do you take it? Do you take the 50K?
It's my mom's
Or
name.
you're like,
Look,
no,
bro, I don't care, bro.
I
that
believed
shit's
it.
ugly.
I dreamed it. I made it happen.
Here,
So
go
like,
get your
fuck
mom's
that.
portrait, bro. Oh, he threw up a triangle. I mean,
Arm's still in, but he can
So
work it.
before I actually read what it
Oh.
was, you know how sometimes when you add a new font onto a computer, I thought that's what it was. I thought it was the
It looks like
alphabet.
that.
Dude, those are those
Looks like
creative
Ipsum
fighter
Lorem.
tattoos, bro. You ever
It's
play
also-
the UFC game and you try to make your own last name on there? Oh!
No.
Dude.
Almost, but he's he's got it.
That's in. That's in.
Oh, he might be able to.
His knees are in.
His
His
knees are
knees
in,
are
but he's
in.
trying to block it with the arm, and he just did.
Wow.
Yo.
Oh.
He's about to get triangled again. Let's go, Lopez. Does he have the word oil tattooed on his arm?
I didn't see what
Am I
any of that.
tripping?
It kind of looks like
It
it.
looks like he has oil tattooed on his arm.
Let's find out. Might just
710,
be
blaze
oi.
it, bro.
Might just be oi.
You know what? This is a better display of jiu-jitsu than Kron Gracie. I appreciate that he was
on.
actually
Had a
second.
submission attempt.
This
You're right.
is a good representation of jiu-jitsu
Diogo is
here.
a blue belt. No, I'm just
Like, he
kidding.
didn't pull
I don't know.
guard. He's using his jiu-jitsu in the guard, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's showing you can hammer fist people from your closed guard.
Yeah,
There you go.
For a split second, he was trying to get a spider guard grip off of that.
Yeah, you can't do that. But,
Imagine
you
you
know.
could, though. Imagine you could hook in the gloves and spider guard.
Hey, let me ask you
That'd be
something. Are
wild.
toes in the cage considered illegal?
Yes.
Is it?
Yep.
I've seen a couple guys hook off the cage with their toes. I don't know if the catch
You can
Yeah.
push off
if
of it.
the
You
ref
can't
catches it.
interlink your toes.
Okay. I've seen it a few times. I don't know if the refs catch
Yeah,
it.
you can kick off it,
All right.
but there's somebody that'll hold.
Oh,
Oh, hook in that
Oh,
leg.
oh,
hook in that
trying to
leg
go
again,
for that.
Again, again.
Still could be.
Yeah, please.
Thank you. That is the most kind and considerate beer run we've ever had on the show.
Yes.
I think
My
that's the
woman
only.
cat.
Oh,
considerate
here,
beer
yes.
run. No one comes over and offers. They're just like,
Thank
yeah,
you,
they're good.
babe.
Let them be.
It's a very
It's
sweet
amazing.
moment. We'll
Shout
say
out to
thank
Cat
you,
and
but let's
Ghost.
make sure that we are going to be
Yeah,
thanking
yeah.
her when she comes back, sir.
Oh, Diego's.
I
Yeah,
mean-
I'm not mad at Lopez's display of using jiu-jitsu offensively.
Okay, but
Look
here's
at that.
the
He's
question.
even thrown up a
Oh!
triangle. He threw up
Okay.
a triangle.
How do you score that round?
I give it to Lopez.
I do too.
That was
but
an
I don't
aggressive.
think the judges will.
No. Do you know what that I took from one that I did enjoy?
Huh.
That during Musumeci's match, every time he had a catch at an attempt, the ref would call it. And that was
Yeah.
awesome that they had an educated ref to do that. I mean, I'm not saying they got to call every catch here, but the judges should be educated enough to understand what just happened. That was an aggressive
Well, that's
display
the issue,
of
though.
a
When you
guard,
go
and it
with
was
a
awesome.
commission, you go with whatever judges they provide. And none of them have that education. Ooh, take it.
I'll take that, and then you
Yeah.
take whatever you
want?
want.
Hazy?
I'm going to take the hazy.
Yeah.
Host. Thank you.
Thank you, Kat.
Again, just so sweet.
Cheers
Oh,
to better
cheers.
jiu-jitsu than Kron, guys.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I said
That's
it,
so
dog. I said
savage.
it.
Wow.
Savage. Dude, that was a clean fucking armbar.
Okay.
So clean.
You guys were saying some very derogatory things. I think I have one that I'm not sure if it ups it or it's in the same family. But those 5 minutes of jiu-jitsu were more than the entire fight from Kron.
100%. 100%.
Active jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, yeah, it was way better.
Yep.
Dude, even the
Oh,
triangle at the end was nice.
Yes,
Triangle
that
at the end was
attempt.
clean.
Thank you.
Let's go, Lopez. Telling you, dude. Oh.
Ooh.
Ivolev is, or Evloev?
Yeah, I think Evloev.
Evloev. He's got a
Oh.
very upright posture.
How many fights in the UFC is Evloev?
That's
He's
a great
16 and 0.
question. Yeah.
But I don't know how many he's had here.
Does he come from like one of them good organizations that they like out there?
No idea.
Like where we got Jiri from?
I love the fact that everybody now is
Ooh.
so educated that whenever somebody like comes to the UFC, they're like, "Where'd you go? Where are
Yep.
your wins from?"
I mean,
sounds like
but that's the beauty of how much the sport has actually grown. That we could say something like that. Like, what
Yeah.
organization did you come from, other than, oh, who's this guy we've never heard of? It's like, oh, dude, this is a champion from 1FC coming over here. It's pretty sick.
But most people just parrot
Oy.
what they hear.
Yeah.
So when that happens, they're usually like, "Where'd you come from?" "Oh, I heard that organization's so. It's a 3 out of 4 stars." You're like,
Imagine
okay.
you give MMA organizations Yelp reviews. That'd be amazing.
The ring girls were a 1. But the beer
seats
was
were
a
a
5,
2,
yo.
Beer's a 5.
The beer was a 5.
Pretzels are a 6.
The refs let
Amazing.
the guys get killed, so it was a
fights are
5 for
2.
sure. The level of talent was about a 6. You know, that'd be pretty sick. We have some good organizations around here.
Interesting.
I'm not saying I'm pulling for Lopez because I want a mullet,
Okay.
but he's a good display right now.
So,
Oh,
do you want a mullet? I'm not quite sure what this is.
he wants mullet.
I want a mullet.
So, what has been the reservation against getting a mullet?
He's very
Nothing,
inspired
to
by
be
Casey
honest.
Halstead out in Vegas, who's rocking a mullet these days.
Pops
Okay.
Casey,
Pops Halstead.
Pops Halstead, no longer coach, just Pops Halstead. He's Pops
Once
Halstead.
you get a mullet, you ditch the coach, and now you're Pops.
You're Pops now. You're for sure Pops Halstead.
Bro, I don't know if you follow Toehold and watch their stories. AG from Toehold got Coach Casey a pair of Stingray cowboy boots.
Oh my God.
That's wild.
Because he has a mullet.
Because he
That's
has
why.
a mullet. It made the mullet
Deserves
better.
it. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, a little triangle attempt here.
Ooh. Not gonna cut it though.
Dude, does his arm stay oil?
It might be oil, dude.
I can't
Oh,
tell.
or is it just a different language of oi?
I might just be a stoner and it says oil to me, but whatever, bro.
I can't even tell.
Safety meeting in the parking lot, bro.
Yeah.
Here's what I guess I have to kind of iterate here is, how are you supposed to know what any of that nonsense says when you look at what his chest is?
Yeah.
Like, I think
rough.
that is supposed to be nondescript. You're not supposed to
Kind
know
of
what
like
the hell
trying to
any
read
of
the
that
code on the Matrix.
Absolutely.
It's coming down. You don't
You're
really
like,
know
I
what
don't
it
know what
says,
this
but
is,
you know
bro.
it says something.
So just so you guys know, because we multifaceted here and we multitask, there is WWE Backlash, which earlier
Backlash.
Bad Bunny had a hell of a match, and there was a very bloody Brock Lesnar
With the
taking
Kimura.
on with not just any Kimura, it's the Brock Lesnar Kimura,
This is a
which
Brock
many
Lesnar
people have
Kimura.
tapped to. A Brock Mora is actually
about
what
to.
some people
He's
have
about
done.
to.
Cody's not going to do it. He's not going to go. He's got to finish
no,
the
there's
story.
No way. Code's.
Why is Brock wearing MMA gloves?
You know what? It's
That's
pretty
part of his
funny.
character.
That's new now.
In both sports, there is guard pulling.
And he used it to get a pin. Oh, God. Bro. Cody, on his way out of the ring, almost busted himself open just by doing that. Now we have an interesting thing. In this second round, we are seeing some strikes significantly happen, at least from inside of the guard.
Yeah.
So, there's that. But I am very pleased to tell you guys, we have been watching along. Again, Mason just sent me a note. I got a note that said that match was wild. That's great.
I'm gonna let the Kron down.
I also, okay. I should point this out. I'm going to see if I can possibly screenshot this. I got a note from the Diamond himself, and I'll put it on for everybody to see
I don't
here in
want your
just a second.
notes, Milton.
Wow. So hold on.
Keep them.
Let me be very mindful of how I say this, because
Show your face.
not only will he not show you his face because he's probably too drunk right now, but he is 100% sending not love to this show. He's letting us know he has issue with something.
What
So
does he
I'm going to put it on for us to see and broadcast here. But just so people are aware, these are the kind of notes that I get from him that he tags me in. And the note here says, bro, why is your head so fucking big?
Because it's always been.
Now, here's
Sorry.
where this falls apart.
Yeah.
You can tell he's drunk because he said, bro, why's...
Not a word.
So, well, why apostrophe S, possessive. Okay, that makes sense.
Yours.
It's yours. So it's why is yours head so big? And I go, is this English? Are you responding in English here? What's happening, Milt? So, to Milton, way to be drunk and not be able to type on a phone. Good job, you. All right. So you're saying you want a mullet. This dude, to me, Andres, has the most emo of haircuts I think I've seen in some
Yeah.
time.
It's
for
an
sure.
e-mullet. It's an e-mullet.
Ebola for Evloev.
Okay.
You know, it was probably looking really good until he saw what Kron did with his jiu-jitsu, and it got fucking sad. And then he came out looking like this.
We got
So
kids
right after
jiu-jitsu
this shit,
happening.
it's gonna be awesome, dude. I got some good scrambles going on over here. My
Yeah,
boys are
excellent.
handling
Good
it.
scraps.
I was a little
Andreas
nervous.
is handling it over there.
Well, I thought for a second
Yeah,
Andreas
good guard passing.
thought he
over
was
there.
going to go for a pile driver, and I
butterfly.
was like,
Yeah,
the
I-
fence
yo.
is stopping him though.
Yeah, he's using the walls. Exactly that.
Using the wall to get to mount.
We can actually use wall walking now here at
Absolutely.
New Ground Jiu-Jitsu. Come through. Shout out to Coach Abel for using the wall all of
oh my
10
God.
Round Tuesday.
That whole
That
10
was
round Tuesday, I
pretty
just saw
awesome.
him on
Yeah.
that wall.
Topic change, fellas.
Okay.
Yep. Now that we have the expansion done,
Okay.
what event do we throw here?
That's a great question.
That's the question.
And look at this. Look how great we look
Yeah.
just from here
Yeah.
without even trying. Imagine if we're actually shooting.
We don't even have all the lighting in
We
yet.
don't.
We got a lot more to add. I had mentioned to you doing like a team tournament league.
Okay. I'm in.
where it's actually structured where you have your regular season, you have your playoffs, you have your championships. Instead of just one day, one event, we make it a 6-month-long season. And
Yeah.
we take all the top teams, put them together. They play in the regular season, see who makes the playoffs. You have the playoffs, and then you have the championships and the finals.
I love it.
I want to figure out how to do that, but if there's anybody out there that has a team, no idea of rank, no idea of weight, all that stuff, but I think if they're going to start doing team tournaments, I think you should make a league out of it.
Why not?
I think that's the next move.
Andreas, do you have any golden ideas here?
Anyway,
Golden ideas.
golden ideas.
Say them
Oh,
on
in the
air so that way
jiu-jitsu-
I can
in the
own them,
jiu-jitsu world or just
and
in
then we
general?
can resell it to
Do
somebody
you
else.
mean just in general? Or?
No, just for jiu-jitsu.
Oh, okay, for jiu-jitsu. Man,
Oh.
I don't know, man. Make it illegal to pull guard. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, listen, that's
How-
the dumb part of this is you can make the rule sets you
If
want.
there's a high rollers league, can we just do a shroom rollers league or something like
Wow.
that? That's another golden idea. Can we have a salvia league? I want to see guys roll on
Jesus
salvia.
Christ.
I love the fact
I don't
that
even think they'll know what world they're in.
Dude, interdimensional jiu-jitsu. I'm already going onto a new ground, as they say.
Absolutely.
Into a new dimension. All right, bro. So yeah, maybe that.
Okay.
Salvia jiu-jitsu.
I'm into
I think
that.
that's a golden idea.
Anyone out there interested in sponsoring a team league?
Yes.
Reach
let
out.
us know.
that's your
Let us
camera right
know.
there, sir. You can
Yeah.
talk to them right
Yeah, I
there.
think that also opens the door for a lot of friendly competition. You know,
I
There's
think
a-
it's time.
There's a lot of people that maybe might not think about competing because they think of it as such an individual sport. But maybe if you're on a team, you might feel more inclined to want to compete. You know, who knows? Maybe you feel a little bit more confident to step out there with the full squad on the mat
Yeah.
rather than
Oh.
yourself.
Oh, he's going to pull up Brock Lesnar.
Hey,
Use the
close
fence, use the
guard,
fence, use the
Kimura.
fence, use the fence. Come on, come on, come on.
Use it.
Oh, that's
Bend that over.
Oh,
Let's go.
triangle,
Yes.
triangle, triangle. You got
Let's
the triangle.
go.
Switch it, switch it.
Let's go,
switch it.
Lopez.
Oh,
Come
no.
on.
Lopez
go,
wants that
Lopez.
tattoo money.
Dude,
Is he gonna be able to do it?
Needs a mullet. Let's
When
go.
it comes to submission attempts,
Okay.
I get that there needs to be some education to know when you're close, when you're not. But when you're comparing submissions to strikes, and the strikes are landing but not coming close to finishing a fight, I think submissions have to rate higher. If you
Yeah.
almost finish a fight, that has to rate better. It
Yeah,
has to.
I'm with you on that.
yeah.
That was a tight Kimura.
Uh-oh. And he's going to go for it again. I think he's giving it part of his back to go that rip. And he's even,
got a
I think he's
minute.
talking. I think he's listening to
Yeah.
his corner. That head nod that he did is like, yeah, I know. He's trying to find the right time to break and bring it back over. Oh, no,
he
but he was
stepped
ready
over.
for it this time.
Nice.
Nice.
Roll through. Ooh, close. Nice.
Wow.
Good.
Following it up, 40 seconds here.
He lost it.
Again, an
But going for the leg, that's a beautiful.
Let's
aggressive jiu-jitsu. I love this. This
Yes.
is aggressive jiu-jitsu.
Oh.
Knee
Knee
bar. A fucking knee bar.
Oh, that's in.
Is he
Oh,
got it?
interesting defense, hooking the inside of his own knee.
Oh,
That-
I've never seen that one.
It's weird
That's
because
a new
I
one.
remember the very first time I saw Keenan being like, no, go on the inside and
Yeah.
block that way. Normally people will do it that way.
Oh, that's deep. 10 seconds. Yo, you need to go 100%.
Yeah.
You need to break
Let's
it.
Yeah, you're not breaking it.
Break
And that win shows that you're right there, bro. Oh, but now he's
Oh.
saying, no, you're not doing it. Hey, listen, style points.
Oh man, he needs to win. Come on, dude.
That was a beautiful display of aggressive jiu-jitsu.
If I drop you in a fight, I get mad points. If I almost finish you, that's equal. That's equates.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that dude's joints are hurting right now.
My joints are hurting. I don't know what
You
you're
got
talking
attacked
about,
in
bro.
every
Swap
which
out with you,
way.
Andy. I'm gonna go see who's
Yeah, go,
arrived
please,
since
please.
we've jumped on.
Andy, if you would come up forward. Take the main seat for the boss man right over here.
There we go.
It is very interesting when you see the boss man going over to have to play host and be like, right.
He's got something to do, man. Like, that's
Well,
what it is to be an owner.
He's the princess of the ball. You know what I mean? And you can't really fuck with
King
that.
in the castle. King in the castle. I mean, can't deny that here.
You want to get Julian?
Sure. Julian wants to come on in.
Let's find out. I'm going to have you go talk to him, and I'm going to do this to the camera. I'm going to talk to these folks. Hey, everybody. It's your friend, Rafa Esparza. We're doing a nice fight companion podcast here. We're enjoying ourselves. We're hoping that you're enjoying where you're at right now. If not your fault. You didn't see that we were on earlier. If so, and you want to hang out with us, go ahead, continue keeping locked here. If you didn't order the event, do yourself a solid. Kick up a chair. Watch with us. We have friends coming in and out all throughout the day. And as you can just see, just 2 seconds ago, we had the boss man over here at New Ground Jiu Jitsu and Andres. Still, we're not sure if he's going to get a mullet. We're going to find out. There's a lot more to go over this evening. So that's what I got for you guys today. I hope that you are enjoying this beautiful Saturday night. And I hope that you guys also will be hanging out with us for the rest of the evening. We have so many more fights. But I'm going to go ahead and take a nice little breather right now. I'm going to take a little stroll around. Hang tight. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. My name is Rafa Esparza. Many of you know me as a friendly neighborhood BJJ podcaster, but that's not all I do in our sport. I'm a jiu-jitsu commentator, broadcaster, photographer, meme maker, analyst, writer, coach, tournament producer, and occasional athlete therapist. I know, it's weird. I've worn many hats in jiu-jitsu, but the one that I cherish the most is serving as a host. We have done some incredible things over the past 4 years on this show, but starting this Tuesday, we will roll out a brand new experience for fans of the Grappling Hour. Going forward, we will be offering 2 membership-based offerings. Tier number 1 will give our fans early access to my interviews. Tier 1 members will have the ability to see my interviews a month before they're released to the general public. And as a topical show that has a track record of being the first destination for some of the biggest names in our sport, you won't want to miss out on those. Members of this tier will also have access to audio versions of this show in the event that they don't want to see my face, which I totally get. Each month, subscribers will get to see 4-hour-long interviews. Tier 2 members will not only have early access to my interviews, but they will also get to see brand new content that will not be available anywhere else. New premium content includes bi-weekly podcast minisodes. These episodes are designed for the grappling superfans who want in-depth discussions with our guests on topics ranging from greatest losses to opponents that competitors respected the most. Topics will be explored for limited runs, anywhere between 4 to 10 weeks, and will give the featured guests on each episode an opportunity to share the type of unique insight that either gets lost or overlooked in most other interviews. Drill Sessions, a monthly segment where friends and guests of the show will share short videos of the techniques and sequences they're currently drilling in their gyms. Swept Under the Mat, never before seen behind-the-scenes footage from the Grappling Hour archives, and short videos and vlogs from the coverage that I do at various MMA and grappling live events. Members will also be treated to show bloopers and occasional clips of my own training sessions. There's also going to be a live chat dedicated to members of this tier that will answer questions ranging from just about anything you guys want to throw at me. And finally, members of this tier will also have the ability to pitch mini-sode episodes and occasionally submit questions for upcoming guests. To become a member, head on over to hi.page/grappling hour. You can also find the link for that page in the description below. Now listen, I know there are a lot of you who may not be able to afford these subscription tiers. That's why it's important to me to still offer some content for those people who want to support the show, but may not have the means to do so financially. So for you, we're still going to offer a condensed weekly version of the show. That show will give you the first 10 minutes of my interviews, and a month after that episode is released to our early access and premium subscribers, they will be unlocked on our YouTube page. In return, all that I ask is that you subscribe to us here on our YouTube page and that you continue to like and share the content that you enjoy on our page. I know money is tight for everybody right now. The last thing you want to do is thinking about having to invest in another subscription-based service. But I hope that you see the value in the types of interviews that I do. I hope you see the consistency of my coverage over the past 10 years, and I hope you see the overall vision that I have for this show. I have never been short on ambition. And for the next phase of this show, I'm taking a pretty big swing. So with that, I'm going to need some support. I hope that you'll come with us and help us become an even bigger and better show. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for even watching all the way to right now, even if you do nothing. It's been a great day for grappling. All right, guys, we are back. Thank you so much for going ahead and taking some time to watch some fights with us. The gentlemen are out in the middle of a safety meeting right now. Don't know if you know what safety meetings are. And if you do, I'm not going to go ahead and tell you because I feel like that would be rude and betrayal of trust for our good friends here. But yes, because we are doing this live, you guys are more than welcome to drop in your comments, your concerns, your hints, your allegations, all of that good jazz. We keep an eye on it the entire time this broadcast goes. So do us a solid. Feel free to talk to us. We are here for your amusement, your entertainment, and I know, occasionally, your love. So talk to me. Let me know what you guys are thinking, feeling, and dreaming, even though there's not much I can do about the dreaming. But yes, I hope that you guys have been having a very good day. It has been a fantastic day for us over here at New Ground Jiu Jitsu. It's just so much fun to hang out with my buds and get some conversation in and get some, I guess, good moments where you can sit there, relax, and enjoy yourself. It's been a long-ass week. Just to fill you guys in on what we've been up to. So not only have we been up to this, but we have also been working hard behind the scenes. So you guys, if you haven't become a member yet, you're going to find out there's going to be some interviews with our good friend Joe Selecki, Fernando Padilla, among others. And we are currently looking to book some other friends of the podcast coming in very, very soon. So I hope that you guys are into that and you're going to be watching very, very soon along with us. But it has been a fantastic little bit of time for all of us. And I know that you guys have been clamoring for some new content. We are more than excited and ready to give it to you guys. So don't go anywhere. Don't do anything. Stay with us. It is going to be amazing this month. But yeah, feel free to talk to us. Let us know what you're thinking, feeling, and dreaming. What do you guys have for the main event? Because that main event is going to be fire. I can tell you that right now. And I know for sure, as we're looking at these fights, you know, it's been a while, but it's been one of those things where you think to yourself, like, man, I don't know how I see this going. I don't know how I see some of these fights kind of playing out this evening. But I know that you guys have been really, really adamant about a number of these fights and how they may go. So in my head, I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, cool. If that's the case, then hopefully we'll be able to see some really, really good fights coming up a little bit later. So keep it locked here. I know you guys are going to love this. I know you're going to enjoy it. But while we're doing this right now, why don't we go ahead and take a moment to talk about some issues that are important to me. I know we were just talking about it 2 seconds ago, but it does bear some repeating. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'll say what I feel. This is my show. I do what I want. Here we go. Sorry, we just made those corrections online. But yes, if you would like to support us here at Grappling Hour, it would mean the world to us. All you have to do is go on over to hi.page/Grappling Hour. It means a lot to us because, I don't know if you know this, but we here at the show bust our ass to give you interviews week in, week out of some of the best talent in MMA, jiu-jitsu, and yes, even kickboxing. I cover it all. So it's my hope that you guys will be able to return back with us very, very soon and check out even more interviews. We do more than just these fight companions. We do a whole bunch of interviews. And what we just did with Fernando Padilla was really great. We broke down his fight, and it was super cool to hear his insights And if you can become a premium member, you can see those moments. So it's my hope that you guys will become premium members. Come join us. It really does make a difference. And all the proceeds go to making this show even better and better every single time. So it's our humble little plug, and we hope that you'll come along and join and become members with us. So hopefully that's what you guys will do. But let's get back to where we were. All right. I want to tell you guys, in addition to those things, you can check out all of the amazing content that we produce here. There are so many different clips, things, you name it, we do it. So it's been a big, big hope of mine that you guys follow along and become fans of the show. And I thought, what better way to kind of demonstrate some of the shit that we do than to actually give you guys a couple of those clips and allow you guys to see some of the fun that we have on this show. And for me, I just know whenever I'm doing this show, I always enjoy hearing the insights, the perspectives of our guests and our friends. And so we have so many people in this community who are so nice and so great to us that I thought it would be really cool to let you guys kind of see what it is that we've been working on at this time. So I guess what I'm saying here is, are we published on this one? Let's see. What do we look like right now? Hopefully it looks like it changed how it was supposed to look. Good work. What do you think about Kron? Let me see here. That Kron match was rough, dude. It was not good. I don't know how to say this. It was bad. It made me sad to see his jiu-jitsu look a little rough. And more importantly, it's just, I don't know that he wanted to be there, dude. So thank you for that note. That was from Joshua Baroga. Thank you, Josh, for that. I also got a note here from Mango King, and it said, I think they're recording for a podcast, but they're checking the chat. We are keeping an eye on it. So my apologies if that didn't come out a little bit easier, but I am making sure that you guys are getting the love that you're supposed to get. You guys are the best whenever you guys give us love, appreciation, support. I don't think it did any of... Oh, yeah, it did. Okay. Sometimes I don't know if it does all the fancy shit. So that little slide effect that we just did, I was like, did it do that? Because if it didn't, I was going to be super pissed. All right, we'll do it again later just to make sure. But yes, I thought in the meantime, while we are waiting for this next fight to go up, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to see, I don't know, some cool shit that we do here on the show. So I want you to check out this clip with our good friends, the Ritolos, that happened recently here on the show.
Coming into this comp, it was a little bit different though. I wasn't thinking constantly about the gold medal. It was more kind of just inspiring the next generation in a way where you can get to the top level and you guys can beat these giants without steroids. Because in all reality, 95% of these athletes are on steroids. Once you get to the top level, it's everyone, right? And it's almost mandatory. So the idea of showing a blueprint with a few others, that was kind of just the goal for this ADCC.
If you look at even just our jiu-jitsu, that's why I think a lot of people consider us, people say scrappy or just so chaotic or not technical or whatever, and they don't really understand, like our entire jiu-jitsu, the last, 5, 6, 7 years has been based around fighting around strength.
And that's kind of why we flow a lot and why we're very fluid and why we
try to be like
move
water.
Like water.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Because when you meet strength with strength, right? No, the stronger guy's gonna win, and my brother and I have never been the stronger guys.
And I do think that you guys...
Coming into this comp, it was...
Apologies on that. Takes a second whenever you're watching these things to realize the differences between how they switch back and forth. But yes, that was the Rutolo twins. I recently did an interview with them. Those kids, some of the nicest human beings that you will find in all of jiu-jitsu. Just good human beings and extended friends of the show. But while we're waiting for Yan to make her way into this, I'm going to go ahead and play another greatest hits. And I want to play these back to back because I want you guys to see. This is what we did last year for WWE BJJ. We're going to top it this year. But just so you have an idea of what you're going to see, why don't we check out maybe 2 clips from last year.
Now, Nope. Not that one either. It didn't work.
Now, I want to point this out. When you're doing these things, it's hard to get that top tier, right? Like, you got to be really specialized to hit that kind of movement. And I'm not saying I'm the best at it. I mean, I am at WWE BJJ. However, we do more than just that. I want you guys to see you got to be very aware of your surroundings. So here's a clip of myself and Kevin from last year's WWE.
Ask him, ref. Say it.
Ref, it's on the wall. You gotta let go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let go.
Who's put the wall down?
Can't get up with the contract, not me. I'm just watching.
Watch better.
Can't get up with him.
Where is he?
I don't know.
I'm making an appointment.
Get back over there.
Let's bring it back here. We were just talking off air about the high tolerance of this man. He can be high, you wouldn't even know it. And he's not high right now.
No.
So don't think that. Because that would be rude, right? Did you...
14 days sober.
14 days so... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that a... I don't think that's a record. I have seen you as a bartender.
Yep.
And when you have bartended, there is nothing that keeps you more sober than seeing drunk people.
That's true. That's also true. I need to see them more often.
Because that's one of the things that was really fun about actually seeing you bartend was I was like, I think he has the demeanor that maybe I would have had as a bartender, which is, all right, guys, I'm here to help you, but
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
condone any of this shit.
I think now I have more of an obligation to keep it together when I get to those stages. For that reason, I've already seen the brunt and the worst of it. I'm like, all right, you got to hold it together, kid.
So, what are your feelings about this match, sir?
I don't know. It's a real interesting matchup. I was surprised that they put it together. Not for any other reason. Then I don't know. It seems like a weird matchup for Yan.
Yeah.
It seems really weird. I don't know if they're trying to move her up or if they just really want to see, like, hey, is she capable of taking on the champ at some point? But, yeah, I think she'll do great.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be tough. It'll be a hard fight.
Absolutely. You know what's weird is, you know, sometimes the delineation between, oh, this is on a pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Or is that on a fight night? Yeah. I thought this was one that would be on a fight night.
Yeah.
No disrespect to it, but I just thought, like, oh, it kind of fits there.
And even then, I could see it headlining a fight night.
Absolutely.
Like, not a problem.
But I guess this is good, too. Yeah. It just made me laugh where I go, oh, my God. This is an interesting thing. And Jessica is focused.
She's ready.
She is dialed in.
That's interesting. I wonder why this fight.
I do appreciate the fact we have gotten a couple questions here. We had one person who asked earlier, Joshua asked, what do you think about Kron? And I try to answer it in the most diplomatic way, fashion possible. Do you have any feelings about Kron that we didn't say?
I think I said all mine. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that performance. It was rough.
Yeah, it was not great. And I thought we came in being like, hey, listen, maybe there was a point to you being that salty during the week.
Yeah.
Maybe there was a point to you, oh, no, you don't look interested in any part of this,
like
bro. But hard to say. Maybe we'll see what happens in the later
right away,
part.
Yan's significantly faster than Andrade.
I think you're right. And Andrade may have the kind of haircut that you either have succeeded very well at or that someone just said, like, you know what, I'm done.
I mean, they're almost virtually identical.
They are. It doesn't always come out that way.
Yeah, Yan's looking good already.
Absolutely. And like you said, this is supposed to be a good opportunity for her if she's
Yeah.
going to go up
Ooh.
to make
Caught her
her
already.
claim. Yeah, absolutely. When was the last time you remembered seeing Yan fight?
That's a good question. I actually don't.
You don't?
I don't know who her last opponent was.
I will look that up.
Yeah.
I just thought, you know, in my head, I go, oh, I guess it makes sense that she's on this card. But I had to pause, and I had to think earlier today when the last time I saw her was. And it was back in October 2022. So
Okay.
it's not a
That's not
long,
bad.
long time,
No.
but it was enough where I was like, oh, shit.
The end of 2022 or?
And do you remember who it was? It was October.
Oh, okay. That's not terrible. Yeah.
Mackenzie Dern.
Oh, interesting.
So that's why I was like, you know what? I blocked that fight out of my memory.
Yeah. Oh. Yan's catching her a lot.
She is. And I have to be honest, when I see somebody like Yan, you have that moment where you go, damn, you beat up Mackenzie Dern, and I don't know how I feel about that, but
Yeah.
okay. I guess it was bound to happen, but And I don't think, have we seen Mackenzie back since then?
No, she has a fight booked now.
Okay.
But no, she hasn't fought since then.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it was Yan. That was the last fight for both of them.
Dude, I've never been a fan of Jessica Andrade.
Okay.
I've never thought she was good.
Okay.
She wins, I think, off of the fact that she's strong for that weight class.
Okay.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Yan coming in. Hey!
Whoa, that was fast. Wow. That was real fast.
So I was looking down on that. I'm going to need to see the replay.
Wow, that was real fast.
It is very fun to see the delayed reaction. That's why it's
Yeah.
always really amazing to be on that. And yo, why is one of her cornermen just not wearing any of the kit? I couldn't tell if that was like her family member, but he was in flannel, and I'm
no,
like,
I can't wear Reebok. It's against my country.
it's against my culture. So what set that up there, just in case they
I
take
mean,
us out?
that was my thing, right? That's one of the main reasons I'm not a fan of Andrade. She's
Okay.
not very technical with her striking. She hits hard. She's tough and hard to put away, but she just marches forward. She just marches forward and swings. She threw like 3 left hooks back to back. I mean, for Yan, that's easy to time.
Let's be real. That was
Left hook.
a pretty stellar
Right hook
read
right
there,
over
too.
the top.
Ooh.
Right on the third one, too. That was her third left hook.
It was, and even when
Right
she saw her
over.
rushing in, she slipped out while pulling that around. That
Yeah.
was great. Good on her.
That was clean. I still think an early stoppage, but good counter. I think Andrade is that tough that she could last a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I think she landed maybe 3 strikes on the floor, and that was a wrap.
I think you're right. But still, it was really fucking impressive, dude.
Didn't even realize Danny Castillo's in her corner. That's interesting.
I didn't see that. Who's
Oh, yeah,
this
so she's
rando?
over at Alpha Male.
Oh, yeah.
That's Faber and Castillo.
Yeah.
Wild.
I guess that explains why all of their folks are over here.
Yeah.
So here's the good news. If parents are ever wondering if they should come to a new ground fight night, I can tell you one big selling point. Your kids will sleep
Yeah.
that night. Guaranteed.
Probably not.
They will be so burnt
Yeah.
from the energy they expand in here.
For sure.
You're set.
Yeah. They're good.
I mean, they're having a blast, bro.
Well, and them is a little bit easier because they're siblings, so
Yeah.
they can keep it going.
Oh,
all
yeah,
night.
absolutely.
They're chilling.
I just love the fact that, is he an interpreter or is he part of her crew? Because that's what I was wondering.
Probably
What?
interpreter.
Well,
I didn't
he's-
see how many cornaments she had otherwise.
But I was just looking like, why is this dude just chilling in his flannel? Like, bro, if you're an interpreter, you're supposed to be in a suit. You're supposed to be all decked out.
This is how I identify myself as an interpreter.
But you know what? She's really adorable right now. And I have to say, the all black on black for Joe, it is the only way in which I see him getting dressed up, because now I keep thinking, I'm like, dude, I know Endeavor's left them alone, but they're about to package this up with WWE and sell it to the public.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me think, like, I think there's going to be a couple changes that I don't have my finger on the pulse on just yet.
Yeah.
But that are going to make us feel like this is kind of weird.
Yep. That's going to be interesting.
Oh, look at her.
Damn, she's amped.
Not only amped, but she's like, do you have somebody else for me?
Right?
I'll
She's
fight
like,
them
"Who's
right now,
next? Let's
too.
go." That was number 4. Give me number 2. Let's go.
If Mackenzie's here, I'll beat her ass one
right.
more time, too.
Ooh, the fight I am interested in that's coming up, Tabitha Ricci and, what's her fucking name? I'm already losing. Savage. Forgetting. Jillian Robertson.
Yes.
Yeah. That's going to be good.
That's a really good fight.
That's an interesting matchup.
Yeah, I saw, where did I see? I think I just saw like an Instagram post, and I go, oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
That's
that
a
absolutely.
great fight.
This is one of my favorite parts about doing.
I love that Yan Xiaonan celebrated with a break fall. She literally just sat, slapped the mat, got right back up.
Bro, I still think we should always record the very first time you teach a break fall as a coach. Because the lunacy that people look at you with when you're like, oh, so you're falling, but you are kind of breaking it here.
Yeah.
The look that you get from them should be replayed for them when they get their black belt.
Yeah.
Because I want to be like, no, this is how far you came, fam.
Yeah.
Look at this.
I think that should be filmed for all the movements that they learn for the first time that are solo. And I've always like expressed that in classes too. Before we got the wall mats here, if anybody were to look through the window and look at just solo drills,
Yeah.
we would look like insane
Absolute
people.
idiots.
We look like we're all on mushrooms, just rolling around on the floor, making no sense at all.
I try to.
It was brutal.
I try to always look at them like, listen, you're gonna think this is insane until you think it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Hold on. I want people to see what exactly is happening here. Andreas came over and brought freaking, was this macaroons?
These are macarons.
Oh, you call it macarons?
Macarons.
Oh, sorry, I'm not that foreign.
Go with the orange.
I'm so sorry. Where are they from? It's Costco.
Costco got the good shit.
Costco.
Damn. All right.
About 36 of them, guys. You guys should go get
37.
Not sponsored
Try
by
that
them,
yellow
but
one. Yo, look at Don Fry's shirt.
Amazing.
Trump with the
man
gold
of all
chain. That's baller.
Hilarious. Phil Murphy getting probably booed, I think.
It's hard to tell. Jamahal.
Jamahal Hill. The champ.
Do you ever feel like some of these names where you're like, bro, you're close enough. It's Jamal.
Yeah.
I can't.
Nah, bro.
Does he pronounce it like Jamahal though?
I think he pronounces like Jamal.
Okay.
I would
That's
call
even
him
worse.
Jamahal.
Because, like, if it's too close like that, I want to be like, bro, I'm going to fuck it up
Okay.
so
What
much.
do we got for this fight?
For this fight, I had Burns.
I do too. I was talking to one of the parents. Pretty educated, follows pretty well. Has Belal all day.
Why?
He's like, Burns is not that good. I'm like, whoa.
Whoa.
I'm like, let's pause right there. Burns is
I
fucking
thought you said he was
phenomenal.
educated.
I thought so. We had previous conversations on other fighters. I'm like, oh, he knows his shit. This made me heavily question. Burns is phenomenal. I was like, Belal could win. I don't think he will. But maybe I'm seeing something. I'm not seeing something. We'll see. I still think I got Burns.
Who do we have?
I got Burns. Afro Burns. I love Afro Burns.
Afro Burns is
Who
terrifying.
you got, dog? Who you got?
Afro Burns is terrifying.
I got Burns.
You got Burns.
Yeah,
Hold
we
up.
got- By starch.
Did you just say by starch?
By starch,
yeah.
getting starched.
Okay, hold on. I just realized as you were coming on, that camera just died, so I'm gonna fix that real quick.
Oh.
Take my seat while I fix that.
sure?
Oh, I'm gonna kick you out when I'm back.
Gotcha.
But I want you to say hello to everybody. Please help yourself to a macaron.
From Costco.
Hello,
All right, do you watch
everyone.
these? Garden of the Galaxy?
Have I watched any of them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. They're all great.
I
Those are
do,
the
I
one of
haven't
the few
seen 'em.
Marvel movies that I'll actually fucking watch. I don't know
I've
what
seen the
it is.
first. I haven't seen the second.
What'd you think of the first one?
It was good.
It was good, right? Comparison to other Marvel movies, do you like the other Marvel movies too?
I don't watch a ton of Marvel movies.
You see, I'm forced to. But
Yeah.
I'm open-minded, but you know what
Yeah.
I mean.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen a few. And honestly, like, so much time passes, I forget that I've watched them. And then when I start to rewatch them, I'm like, oh, I've already seen this shit.
Yeah.
I'm like I forget all the time. I feel like I saw Ant-Man a while ago, the first one.
Yeah. That was great. I thought it was great.
I don't remember it. Like, I watched it, I was like,
I don't
okay.
either, but I
And
remember
just
it being great.
Yeah, it just got thrown in the back. I was like, all right, whatever. Then they make a second one. I was like, they made a second one?
You know what?
I'm like, okay.
I feel like you like simple movies, though.
I do.
Yeah,
I do,
like straight to
yeah.
the point. Something
Yeah.
like John Wick.
John Wick's good. So I hadn't seen John Wick. Okay, when did it come out? What year?
I want to say like what, 16?
Okay. Okay, 2014. I saw it for the first time this year.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah. I
haven't
watched
seen
it in January because I don't know, it just went under my radar. I'd already heard people loved it, and I was just like, yeah, but every time I would look, there'd be like a new movie out. I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna watch that, show this, then, you know, fights, whatever.
Are you a movie
then-
person though?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh,
are?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Dude, Ashley should be like, he watches way too many movies.
Yeah.
For sure. But then on one night, when I got sick, I was like, I got time, I'll throw on John Wick. It was good.
Yeah.
I wasn't blown away.
Wow.
But it was great. I enjoyed it.
Disrespectful.
I thought it was great. I was blown away at the choreography.
Yeah,
I wasn't
that
blown
was
away
good.
at the
That was
movie
good.
itself. Does that make sense? I don't
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way they like structured it, plotted it, it was good. But I wasn't like, oh, this is new and exciting, whatever.
Yeah.
But the choreography was finally on point.
So good, dude.
I like that you're the person that's like, John Wick, okay. Like, bro, John Wick is a gift from the gods, bro.
But see, when you hear that the whole time, for years, and you're expecting a fucking mind-blowing movie, I was like, okay, this is a good movie. It's a great movie. But the way people like that gift from the gods.
It is a gift from the. Do you have anything like it?
Off the top of my head, no.
No, you don't. It's the thing.
But that also wouldn't be off the top of my head.
Are we judging it off of movies that are similar to that movie?
Right.
So like explosions and all, you know?
So then what would be the thing that's better than that?
Not better.
A good
Just
story.
equal, yeah. Just
You don't
equal.
need a good story.
What do you mean, Sal?
You wouldn't, hold on. You know why you don't need a good story? Because this movie basically told you, hey, this is Keanu Reeves, and he's gonna justify this movie in one sentence.
The nicest man in Hollywood.
I can't believe you killed my dog. Whoa, now I'm back.
Let's
and you
be
go,
real.
oh shit.
Someone does that to your dog. What are you
Absolutely.
What are you doing?
Bro, did I tell you?
Bro.
So one year for Halloween, at a job that I was just starting, I went as John Wick, and I was like, I don't know if these people will get it, but I also don't know if it's a little too intense for just starting a new job. So I showed up, new person there, and like bloodied in a suit, and they're like, what's going on? And I go, oh, and then I held up a puppy, photo.
God.
I held up a puppy photo that's like, please don't hurt me, or else. And they were like, oh, and I swear to God, every single person, because they all knew I trained, were like, let's leave Raph alone. So
Oh, he's one of those guys.
he's one of those guys.
He sees red for sure.
So I had a very big laugh when that
Afro
happened.
Burns making his
Afro
walk out.
Burns.
Afro Burns.
Any of us think Belal has a chance.
I mean, it's a possibility.
Like
I can't
a
say he's
chance.
not. There's a reason why he's in this position for this fight.
Yeah.
You know, and he's also walking out second. So again, Bilal's earned his keep, but
yeah.
I think Burns has just been sharp, and he's more active right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Has he? What's his third
Dude,
fight
just
this
fought, like,
year?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, this is his fight.
Literally
his
3
third
weeks
fight this
ago.
year.
2-3 weeks.
So
Isn't he-
I
He
think
just fought
him
Masvidal.
staying
about
that
to say,
active certainly
isn't he
plays
about
a
to be
big-
on his, like,
a big role in this
third
fight.
fight in this year?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
And honestly, I can't say that Masvidal really damaged him in that
No,
fight.
that's why he's back so fast.
You know, he's sharp. He's sharp.
I still love the fact that Masvidal was like telling people right before that. He's like, you know, if this fight goes a certain way, I'm gonna retire. And I'm like, so you're gonna retire? Like, bro, don't tell us that unless you're like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna retire. Like, I love the fact that he wins by like this much, and he's like, I'm back, baby. All that was bullshit.
Yeah.
You guys fell for it. Cause I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, dude, anytime. And
I mean, you also don't ever want to hear a guy start talking about retiring before
that's
fighting.
what. That's where Dana and I have a very
That's
few.
always
agreements.
keys to victory. I have to point this out. It says,
Don't be Russell
Westbrook. What does he mean by that? For us who don't watch any basketball,
Dang.
What does that mean?
Yo, why is nobody screenshotting that? That should be
Yeah.
the
I would've-
highlight.
That's pretty great.
His keys to victory.
Don't fumble the ball. Is that what that
Don't-
means?
It probably means don't run away. I don't know.
I don't.
Russell Westbrook.
I know how
You know
he
what?
is.
You know what? Hold on.
Doesn't he have a car dealership like right here?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
owns
he
that.
actually
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. But I'm thinking
Oh, Van Nuys.
that sounds like more than anything I've heard, like a DC-ism. It'd be like, well, you know, he's got to not be a Russell Westbrook. You guys get what I'm saying here? No, DC, we don't. You're not the Shaq of this show.
DC makes himself sound like Stephen A. Smith.
I
At
think
times, for sure.
so. I think the problem is when you retire, you kind of try to find out what your voice is, and I think sometimes people have pushed back on DC in a way that I've been like, yeah, dude, he's not my guy, but I respect what he's done. It's just he says some dumb shit that I go, bro, I can't get behind this. And this week they go, DC put out another list of his top fighters on Mount Rushmore, and I go, can we stop asking him for lists? I don't need to know every single list that this man has.
Yeah.
And why a Mount Rushmore? Like, is that why can't you do like your 9 wonders of the world? You get me? There you go.
That'd be
what
more
are your
interesting.
9 wonders of MMA? There you go. Your 9 goats of MMA instead of your Mount Rushmore. There's too many goats.
Hold
You
on.
know what
I
mean?
want to point
In
this
a good
out.
way.
This sounds like it is the Chicano Forum for equality right now. What's
Fucking
going on?
am, dude. I want to be represented the correct way.
Then don't
And-
get a mullet.
And I don't want to.
What the fuck?
Hey, bro.
That's not.
Go look. Go look. Hey, dude, our boy Diego Lopez won.
No.
Did he not? Did he win?
I didn't get to watch all
No,
that.
he
No?
lost.
It was not great.
Did he really?
He lost.
It was.
Fuck.
He did lose.
Yeah.
That's bullshit, bro. He
Well,
should've
yeah, it
won.
was bullshit.
So
but
both of you guys had it for Diego Lopez losing?
yeah.
Huh? He
You
lost.
got- yeah,
he lost.
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think he
should've
should have lost.
I
I
think
thought
he
he was
should've
more
lost.
aggressive. I thought he had aggressive jiu-jitsu. That was an aggressive display of
hit
jiu-jitsu.
more, but he came way closer to finishing
Yeah.
the fight with the arm bar, triangle, knee bar. Like he
So
got
then by the
so many shows.
by the ABC
And
rule
the
set,
corner.
that should merit a win, right?
Right?
It should.
He was effective and aggressive.
should.
If you ask me, he was dictating the pace of the fight even on the ground.
If
he was
Evloev had
offensive.
to adjust because of the submission attempt,
Exactly.
then that's yeah.
But I
exactly.
think we just have judges that aren't educated enough to understand what was going on. So I should get a mullet, and I'm going to next Friday anyway.
damn it.
So it's all good.
But Andy, can we talk about this though?
Talk
Have
about
you
I'm
looked
getting
at
a
your
mullet next
hair?
Friday.
Have you looked at how gloriously long it is?
Have I what?
Look at how gloriously long your hair is.
Yeah,
Okay?
I have. I've
And
grown
you're
it
gonna
out a
give
couple
all that up
times.
for a
I've
mullet?
donated it to Locks of Love twice.
Oh God,
Shout
yeah,
outs to
okay.
Locks of Love.
Give this guy all the love in the world. He's a
Well,
good
no,
person.
I'm just saying, like, I don't
Here's
know,
his
some
hair.
new bored.
Oh, this?
Yo, if I'm
I
ever
don't even
fighting
do.
and my
I don't
quarter
even
is
flex it as
dancing,
much as I should,
fired.
but I don't. Like, I really don't.
think just having it is flexing it, dude. By merit.
I mean, yeah, all those curly-haired guys out there that enjoy their permed up hair or whatever, bro.
It's so rare to see a Mexican person with long ass hair like that.
I- so-
Yeah, it's true.
I'm gonna be really real with you, okay? I see this, I look at this hair, and I think to myself, fuck off, kid. Here's why. Because I look at my head and there's no way this is going to support that.
Nah.
So I just want to be very clear
Strongly
about
disagree
that.
with that.
No, there's no way this is happening with that. Like, I have
It's
been...
not gonna happen like that, but it could absolutely support it. There's a difference. Hold on.
Because the worst part is it starts throwing out for me. And there have been moments, and my wife doesn't say anything. She just kind of looks at me like, okay.
She leaves you be.
Yeah, she does that like,
She's a good woman.
oh, okay.
Gentle
I mean,
spirit.
I wouldn't. But then when it gets really, really too long, she just goes, you going to call Jeezy to get a haircut yet? And I'm like, man, the nerve. The disrespect. Speaking of which, I have to fix this camera now before we go. I'm going to ask.
Belal, remember the worst nickname, Muhammad.
He has like 5 nicknames,
I'm
dude.
sorry. Shots big fired.
But that fro is pretty glorious.
It's a powerful fro. You can't be mad at it.
The overall
Overall Gilbert was OP, bro. As they say.
Gil is half Scottish, bro. How?
Is he really?
How, Sway?
How, Sway?
Yes, he said.
No.
How do you get that Burns last name, dog? Come on, son.
That's very true. How do you get a last name that Belfort? Vitor Belfort.
That's true.
Isn't that not his real name?
Walker,
Isn't Vitor
Johnny
not his
Walker.
real name?
Johnny.
I don't even know,
Yeah, I
bro.
don't think Vitor is his real name.
There we
It's his
go.
middle name.
At one point, he was known as Vitor Gracie.
I gotta say, we were just talking about it earlier, but come on, dude. The fucking respect you gotta give to Burns for just jumping, having all these fights, and then just jumping in, dog.
for sure.
Same with Bully, but damn, dog.
When was Bilal's last fight? It was this year, right?
Sean
It
Brady.
was against Sean Brady.
Sean Brady.
Wasn't it last year? I believe
No,
it was late last
this
year.
year. It was the beginning of this year.
So they're both quick turnarounds.
Yeah.
Gilbert a little bit quicker.
Bro, that's Sean
Watching
Brady.
the Sean Brady fight with Belal, I really saw him get tagged in a lot of little instances where I feel like Gil just really takes advantage of that and
I think
wins
Gil's
this.
gonna double
Yeah,
leg the fuck
yeah.
out of him.
Really, double leg?
Well, not double leg, but press him against the fence, put
Yeah.
him down. I think Gilbert's timing off of strikes for takedowns is fucking bad.
Oh man, this guy smells of alcohol and cigarettes.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
No more Ariane Celeste. Have we moved on from that era?
Never, never.
I grew up with her,
She's
man.
the OG of
She only
OGs.
does the main event she likes.
Like the big,
Yeah.
like she might be there fight week of
Connor, Connor and
International fight week.
Hey, thank you.
Connor's return. She'll be there, dude. Oh, heavy Burns crowd tonight. Belal switching stances.
Good calf kick by Burns.
Let's see what Belal settles in with. He's using that L step and resetting his
Burns
his
usually
stance.
doing his normal self circling to the left side.
All right, one of the cameras is playing fun with us, so we're gonna lose. I think one of our. Oh nope, I think it's coming back. Great. We'll find out in a second. But I like being able to have options whenever I go between these cameras. Boom! Look at that. We're good. Nope. Okay. We'll come back to that. All right. Starting off very nicely. In the first minute 30, you're starting to see both of them get a feel for each other. I do wonder if it's harder to hit the target of the face or the fro. Hey, listen, bro. Don't mock it till you try it. Hitting a fro.
It's definitely more
it's
daunting,
just-
I'll say
it's-
that.
I keep forgetting the fact that we still have one more fight after this.
Yeah, definitely.
It takes me a second
the
every
return
time.
of the King, Triple C. Woo! Put some respect on my man's name.
It'll be very interesting
That's
to
an
see where we
Olympian.
left
If
off.
he loses, does he retire again?
He has to. You can't talk
No,
all that
it's the
shit
3
and
years
then like,
off.
all right, you know what? I dropped one, but I'm still coming for 2 out of 3. You can't do that, bro. It doesn't work that way.
Try it.
Yeah, he might. He's cringy enough to try it.
It's just funny how that became the thing where you're like, oh, dude, that got you over. Okay, cool. You're even going to retire Cringe. Like, there's no way you can just
You have
regular
to.
say, like, oh, I'm not going
Yeah,
to do
you
this.
have to. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Even him last time, like, kind of retiring and like, you guys don't have to deal with me anymore. It was like, nah, bro, you had to go out on your shield. You should have just done some cringy shit and left.
Oh, I love the
I
fact
would've
when he said
respected
that. I was
that
like,
more.
I don't believe you, but I'm going to pretend like I do.
Yeah.
This
Belal
man is
using a lot of that switch stance.
A lot. And really, when he's switching stance like that, he should be
Oh,
pumping
look
it
at
straight.
that
Oh, there it is. Good timing.
Gilbert timed it.
Ooh, nice defense.
So
He should be
Gilbert's now
pumping it
timing the
straight
switch.
left, straight right while he's
Yeah.
switching those stances.
I think that's why Gilbert was able to time that takedown in it.
And I'm liking these little calf kicks that he keeps just throwing.
Yeah.
It's forcing
It
the.
seems-
It's
it seems
not.
like
It's,
Belal is hesitant to get to the ground, though. For sure,
It-
for what Belal has done in other fights, as far as push the pace with his wrestling, he's not doing it in this one. Yeah, you can't take that risk with Gilbert, obviously. Yeah, you can't do that. So that's where I think Gilbert has the advantage as well, to be able to throw wilder shit if he wants to.
I really think that Gil should step on the gas here.
Yeah.
I got time. 5 rounds, round
Yeah.
1.
Oh, this is a
We got time.
5-round fight,
Yeah,
right?
5-round fight.
Damn.
So round 1, he gets
I do
pace.
like that.
I just don't feel like Bilal's like. Watch me be super wrong.
I think he's chipping away at the legs. That'll slow him down in 3 and 4.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh! Hand me that wire right there. It looked more of a off-balance shot there.
Yeah. Nice. Good counter.
Gil takes a stumble back,
rocked him.
comes back with a straight right. Both squaring off. Burns looks for that straight right again.
Nice body. Ooh.
Gil's starting to get a little more jumpy, starting to be a little more aggressive.
Boom. Woo, it is freaking out. Okay, great. Main shot. Left cam.
Belal's finding a home every time. It's been, what, 2-3 times now that Burns throws a kick and he finds a home for that shot.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, there it is
Oh,
again.
shoulder.
This time to
That
the
was
body,
weird.
knocks him off balance. Good first round.
Yeah,
All right.
different looks are a little frustrating, I think, for.
How do we score
for
that
Burns.
first
I
round,
was about
y'all?
to say, I was like, let's go down the line. Andreas, how do you score that first round?
I think he still had to go 10-9 Burns. He was a little bit more aggressive with it and was able to get at least a takedown attempt out of it. Belal focused a lot on giving him a lot of different looks to confuse him, but I think Burns is getting that timing on that switch stance.
Okay. Frosto?
I could see that edge for Belal. I think he had like more noticeable strikes just based off of Gilbert's reactions. I think on paper, Gilbert probably landed more.
Okay.
But I think just as far as effect and what it showed, I could see Belal getting that one.
Me?
Yep.
I feel like I kind of agree with Frosto, but at the same time, I feel like I give it just a slight edge to Burns. He was a little more accurate, a little bit more active. Yeah, Burns by slight edge.
I do love that you started with. I'm going to go ahead and agree with Frosto, except for the parts where I don't.
Fucking wrong.
I'm going to start by agreeing with him, and then I'm going to be mad disrespectful to him.
Most people don't know shit about UFC.
Yeah. It's all right. Frosto did this earlier where he was like, I want to put over that, I was talking with a fan, a friend of the whole gym here, and they're very educated, except they were dirt wrong on this fight. My score on that one was for my right-hand camera, which was fucking malfunctioning, but we're back. Look at this. Look at this right cam. It's back, baby.
Hey.
Now these two folks can
wizard.
be featured like the superstars
nice,
that they
nice
are.
Catch.
For people who aren't watching this, everyone on Twitter gave it to
Belal.
that they posted, to Belal. So it
Okay.
was 3 or 4 tweets for Belal.
Woo! Nice straight cross there. I think one thing that we don't talk enough about for Belal is that hairline.
Heroin?
That hair. Wow, I don't
Heroin,
know.
whoa.
Look at that
Whoa.
hairline. I could not
hairline,
have said that
My
more.
bad. Not heroin. Hairline is on point.
I was
I
like,
heard heroin as well.
did you hear
I
heroin?
heard heroin. I was like,
What
wait,
is
I
wrong
did
with
hear
both
heroin
of you?
too.
Hairline.
Whoa.
Which one? The one in
Heard
the
loud
front
and
or the
clear
back?
now.
I think we obviously have to be talking about the back here, sir. Because I wonder sometimes when I'm like reframing my
Belal,
cameras.
Remember the hairline.
Oh, no, don't do that to him. Disrespect. How
Mohammed.
dare you? I want to be like, can you borrow some from the beard and put it up there, dude?
I'll let him have some from when I cut my hair next week.
Because
I'll donate some for Belal. If he wins, I'll throw in a bonus.
Nice. I want to point out I have also pushed away the macarons because otherwise they will
that's
all end
close.
up in my stomach. So, again, thank you very much. Very, very,
are
very
delicious
for the
macarons.
so good. But I also now am realizing how many rounds I have to do to work that off, and that is never fun. So the nice part about this is these are two gentlemen that I feel like you're not supposed to ever count out. And now they're facing each other, and you think to yourself, like, kind of weird because I normally have to, like, make the argument for you, and you're fighting each other now. So it's hard to figure out who I'm rooting for in this one.
You know what? I just like that Burns has been on a streak. I just like Burns as a fighter entirely.
Ooh, nice.
And
Okay.
don't
I
forget,
like this new Afro Burns.
and Burns was during the pandemic an MVP.
Yes,
like
sir.
showing up,
Yes,
giving those
sir.
great fights, title contention, lost, but you had so much respect for him. You thought like, dude, guy might lose, but fuck, what a great fighter. And now you think to yourself, it's not that many years removed, but he's still in that title contention. And it's still like, man, if you could make a statement enough to get that title contention again here.
It's hard to stay a top contender as opposed to being a gatekeeper.
Yep.
And he has very much stayed as a contender, not a gatekeeper at all.
Yeah. Good calf kick by Burns.
Burns, I can't tell if he's looking a little bloody in the nose, though.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit on that side.
He's a little busted up in this round, and that's because Belal's been, every time he switches his stance, he's been pumping that backhand every time he switches, and it's been landing. Same thing with the jab. Burns is kind of taking a step back in this round. He's slowly starting to pick it up a little bit.
Well, also kicking wildly, as you were saying. That's my favorite thing whenever you do one of these things, is that you put over the person, then they do something where you go, well, not that. They were doing great, just not that one thing. I didn't. That's not me. Okay.
I think the more impressive thing is how much Gilbert has actually been able to adjust to the switching while staying in his own stance. He's actually able to read the footwork pretty good and stay out of reach for those specific things that open up when you change a stance like that. So shout out to Gil for being, I guess attentive to what the footwork is going on in there.
Oh, that should have been your entry.
There it is.
Yep. And right now, I do have those moments when I do see that throw, and I think Gilbert Burns does look like a missing member of the Jackson family.
Dang.
Yep. I think the first time I said it, I was like, yo, why has he got Bruno Mars hair right now? Like, what's happening?
Dorino Jackson.
And there is something satisfying about seeing somebody from the jiu-jitsu world translate like Burns has. Not like other people.
You had Tito then Dorino.
And we will get to the end of round number dos. We'll reverse this one. Julian, who do you have on this?
I'll give it to Belal on that one.
You're giving it a Belal on that one? Just a little bit more aggression on
A
that?
little more aggression. Again, off of those switch stances with pump the backhand every time and just land. Busted up Burns a little bit.
But this highlight is trying to make you feel like Burns got that
trying to make
takedown.
you feel the opposite. I think Burns was looking for that right hook there.
Okay.
He didn't find it, but there's something there to be said for sure.
Okay.
It just didn't land.
Okay. Andres?
I don't know. That was a tough one to call on that one, to be honest. I think Gilbert's making more adjustments to it, to be honest.
Okay.
I think Belal switching a lot is still not giving him an actual rhythm to what he's looking for. Again, he's finding things, but he's not finding a full rhythm in either stance to really get some kind of offense going. He's giving Gilbert a good amount of looks, but Gilbert is reacting pretty damn good to it. So
Okay.
it's a damn good fight right now.
It's a very solid
technical.
fight, yeah.
And again, we still haven't hit the floor at all, so we haven't seen how Belal's going to scramble with him, or if we get to a scramble, what's going to happen.
I think if you're
there.
Belal, you're not trying to go to the ground. You don't even want to take that big of a risk here. It is far too risky, even if you feel confident in your ability, to let that go into someone else's world. Yeah, it's just a little extra shine that I see every time on that head that makes me kind of go like, bro, I'm not trying to bring attention to the head. I just can't stop looking at it. And I'm trying to pay attention to the fight, but I see the shine off of it.
It's because it's so great.
Listen, dude, lots of things happen to our hairlines that we never hope happen. But for me, I'm like, bro, I'm watching this on HD, 4K.
Dude, they're not doing him any favors, I know that, but there's not much you could do at that point. I mean, what are you going to do? They should have sprayed him down before the fight.
Absolutely, for my entertainment.
I don't know if anyone thought about that.
They should. There should be a team in the UFC that looks at that
But
right now.
then he really looked like Bruno Mars, right?
I mean, somebody has to be honest with Belal and like, hey, man, I don't know if
that time has passed, bro.
I don't know if we can hold this much longer.
Like, there's nothing that makes me laugh more than being like, man, you need to cut that hair. It's hanging on by a thread, but the other side, it's not there. So
Wait, what?
just anytime you have that conversation with somebody, I always think like being that honest with somebody where you go, so that hair, what are we doing about it? It's we gonna cut that soon because
It's definitely a minefield for sure.
yeah, dude.
Especially when someone's growing it out and they're really trying.
Dude, yeah, you can't do that to people. They have a family, sir.
Yeah, but listen, at the end of that road, there is a reward.
What is the reward?
My friend Andres over there has
that's
reaped that reward. We were just talking about it earlier.
Andy,
What?
it's gonna feel so sad to see the hair go.
Yeah.
Anyone said that he would cut it when he got his purple belt.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know
That
that.
kind of was the goal for a bit.
But I want a middle school shaved. That's what I want to see.
Bro,
The middle school cut.
Hold on. Did you not see? I think I've been posting all these fucking things from my house. I think you might have seen it, but I would like to bring some more attention to it, I guess, while we're in the process of watching this fight. I love the fact that while I was going through my old family photos, one of the things I did see was one of my homies trying to sneak attack me, and me going for a head and arm inside arm in guillotine.
Shit.
So this was young Raph with one of the homies trying to attack me. Now, the thing I didn't put him on blast was that this is what happened next to him afterwards.
Brutal.
And I was like, bro, I didn't know I was going that. So like the
Demon
next
neck
step,
crank.
the next step was I went into a bulldog choke, but I don't know what the fuck that is when I'm a kid. So I was like, I'm gonna spare my guy. I'm not gonna put up those two photos.
I think about how many times my friends and I used to ankle lock each other, or angle lock, thinking like, oh, nothing will happen here if I twist your ankle like
God.
this. So some of the worst shit we probably
Yeah,
did to
because
each
you think
other.
as a child you're seeing that shit, you're like, they're ripping that shit.
Bro, I've stunned someone unconscious before, bro.
Oh my god. Why did you
happened
stutter
before.
someone unconscious?
Because I didn't think that it could actually do something. Turns out if you guys headbutt each other on the way down, you might get a good stunner. Is it a legit one? Hey, things happen on the way down, all right? If you have to modify the stunner and, maybe your crown hits the bottom of their chin.
You know what we have to
that might
readjust
count.
though, Andy, Andres, we have to adjust this, which is one of your main defenses to any time you're getting your back take is to do that stunner defense by grabbing the head.
And I'm always done that to people. I got inspired after hearing Gordon Ryan's story with Nicky Rod of the overhand grip and pull. So I do pull some funny shit like that.
I'm just
every
telling
now
you,
and
I'm
then.
like, I don't care that you're going to get out. That's not the issue. My thing is more so, if you think that you're going to give me a stunner in the middle of a roll, sir, you are sorely mistaken.
Yeah, I think I could sneak one in there. I might catch one tomorrow at open mat.
Raph retires if that
careful out there.
happens. I'm calling that. Retires from jiu-jitsu.
If I ever stunner Raph during a roll, he might, but I don't think I'd try that anytime soon, to be honest. I'm not crafted enough yet.
I will be honest, one of the fun things that is happening from all those videos is that we are getting people who are trying to like do a gimmick pin when I'm rolling. Or they'll try to hit like a 1, 2, 3. And I'm like, we're in the middle of a roll, dude.
Look,
like
they don't understand that sometimes when you try that, you're crossing a certain line that you don't understand where you're crossing to.
You chose this
with
path.
Us, with us, as soon as you cross that line, you've crossed. There's no going back. There's
dude.
Hey man, I was just kidding. This is a shoot. We're going
It's
for
a
it.
shoot.
It's a shoot. We're going for it. Give me there's none of that. There's no holding back anymore.
Well, I just tell people, I'm like, I have a lot of knowledge of a dumb pro wrestling world
Yes.
that's about to manifest itself. And then when I catch you with a single leg Boston crab, you have to blame yourself that happened.
It
Not
happens.
me. You did this to yourself.
Crossface, that's your own fault.
Listen, dude. My favorite is when I do the crossface, I'll hold it, I'll let it go, and then afterwards I'll just be like, I want you to remember who did this. I just want you to remember at any given time that neck could have been mine, but I let you live. Unlike Chris Benoit, by the way, R.I.P., but also, no R.I.P.
Kid Pegasus.
Kid Pegasus. Yeah, Kid Pegasus, R.I.P.
Kid Pegasus, R.I.P.
Not Chris Benoit.
What the that SOB.
All right, so
Don't
we just...
talk about that SOB in front of me.
So,
Yes, sir.
Listen, personally, like that third round, it looks like Belal to me kind of took it. He's kind of peppering Burns a little bit, and he's not letting Burns settle down. And this is why I said in the first round, Burns really had to step on the gas because this dude's adjusting and he's starting to pump that jab. He's switching the stance and then he's pumping that backhand. So it's not letting Burns really settle on the shot. He's not really learning where this shot is coming from. Is it a jab? As soon as he switches, is he pumping the backhand or is it that lead hand that he's going to pump? What is it? So it's really starting to catch him, and it's not letting. He's starting to get backed up against the fence here. So again, step on the gas. Don't respect the man. Start throwing some shots. Start really dropping those leg kicks on him, or even that shot that we're looking at right now.
I think one thing to consider, and it goes along with what you're saying, is he's frustrating him to a point where he's acting way behind where Belal is setting him up, which is opening him up for those shots. Blocking them or not, he's still starting to absorb a bulk of you're not getting anything off.
Yeah. And we're seeing Burns' mouth open now. His nose is busted up. He's bleeding, and his mouth is open. Could be broken. Could compromise him here. But we're seeing him kind of retreat, kind of circle around the cage a little bit. He needs to really start being aggressive here. Duck your head, bite down your mouthpiece, start throwing an overhand. But we got to start moving.
So I didn't know that you were this well interested in your striking efforts. I know you more as a grappler.
I was already?
I know you more as a grappler. So have you always had an interest in the striking as well, sir?
I started striking first.
You started striking first. So how long were you doing striking before you came to us?
What was I like? Andy's the one that actually introduced me to Muay Thai. So I started Muay Thai when I was like, 15 and a half?
Okay.
Freshman, maybe sophomore year of high school. I met Andy. He introduced me to Muay Thai. He he actually walked me over to the gym that I started at, and then, the rest is history. I did it for about 6, maybe 8 years or so.
Okay.
But yeah, it's one of my first loves. I've grown to love the art of grappling. I don't know what it was. I kind of lost the love for striking. But it's still, I did it at a pretty high level. I trained with a lot of high-level guys, and I see you here.
All right. It's time to give me a very truthful answer here.
What was that?
It's time to give a very truthful answer to this, okay? Has anybody, when you're grappling with them, frustrated you to the point where you wanted to utilize your Muay Thai skills?
Not to use my Muay Thai skills, but for sure, like where I just got frustrated. There's 2 people, I won't name them, that frequently are at the gym, and they just frustrate the shit out of me. And this is the main reason why. One is super spazzy. Oh, no. We've all dealt with that, though. We've all been there. We've all been that person starting, right?
Okay.
So that one gets a pass. The other one is at a higher level and just stalls.
Okay.
Runs. Doesn't want to engage.
Oh, okay. So they run.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to make sure. I was like, if he is very, very secretly talking about me, I was about to be like, well, then we're about to fix this right now.
No. The thing about Rap, I will say, is that he's so defensively sound that in itself is frustrating. However, the man does not run away.
No.
This person just runs away.
That I could see is very annoying.
Why are we doing this if that's the case? You know what I mean?
So I like to think that you can have a strategic retreat in what you're doing.
Yes.
But there's a certain point where if you're running away, you're kind of like, hey, man, no one here is going to get murdered.
Yeah.
Like, just kind of learn something else or try something else.
Yeah.
So, okay, good to know. Just want to make sure.
All right. Not yet. Maybe it'll get there. Maybe.
Okay. Andy, same question, though. Andreas, for you, has there ever been somebody that you wanted to utilize your Muay Thai skills because they were that frustrating in grappling on? Uh-oh. This means yes.
Like, as in, like, we're grappling, and then afterwards it's like, dude, I'd rather just strike with you then.
It could be that.
Prove like an ego thing. I don't think I ever have. Are there certain people that I think it's like, look, man, you can't just play footsies?
Okay.
Because there's guys out there that might fucking soccer kick you if you try that shit.
That's fair.
You know, like, that's where I not have a problem with it, but I would kind of like consider maybe like being funny and might feint a stomp on them.
Okay.
They keep trying to pull into legs.
That's fair.
Where it's like, I've had guys that do that, where it's like, it's a little frustrating, where it's like, we're trying to do a certain art, you know. I get that fucking leg locking people and tapping them is fun because you could do that.
Yeah.
But I could also stick my toes in your fucking mouth while you're down there if I want.
I'm
not going to do that.
I was like, for the love of everything, please don't do that to people.
Yeah, someone might enjoy that, but
there's gonna be one person that enjoys that, but I would prefer they don't come back to the gym.
I don't think so. I think there's certain people that, I think there's certain guys that I actually done striking with that need to understand how dangerous grappling can actually be. There is that. And the other aspect as well, where grapplers need to understand that you could get punched in the fucking mouth and kicked in the liver real quick, and it's gonna suck. Like no matter how many rounds you've hit, it doesn't matter if you've never felt a fucking liver kick.
There's no conditioning your liver kick,
or even
no
a punch.
conditioning your
It's
legs.
just such a different type of. If anyone hasn't been punched or hasn't done any sort of like contact sport like that, it's such a different type of
pain.
not only pain. I mean, I wouldn't even say pain, because the pain you don't really feel too much in that moment. What you do feel is the fear, and what you do feel is a lot of ruminating in your brain. You start to think, oh, this doesn't feel good. Oh, my arms are stiff. Even though I'm throwing punches, I'm getting really tired really quickly. I see the end coming for myself. There's a lot of that. It's more mental than it is really physical at the end of the day, in my opinion. But if you haven't been hit, you should probably try it and go from there. I really think a lot of jiu-jitsu gyms should have some sort of like a street kind of jiu-jitsu kind of thing going on. That way, no one's really trying to leg lock. I mean, you could be safe in a leg lock position, right? If you have a deep honey hole, your knees in their chest, they can't really hit you. You can go for a heel hook. But something that really gets you to understand positioning in terms of striking without having to strike, if that makes any sense.
That's fair.
I think the big thing about it is that people need to remember that this is a martial art, not a sport entirely. Though we do practice it for sport at times, that doesn't mean that everything that we do translates directly to street awareness or street fighting IQ. Some of the things that we might do might be more useful in sport rather than street fighting. And you need to be able to adjust it to, like you said, in the school, where you can teach a certain technique and really focus on it, but also make the students understand, look, dude, please don't pull guard during a street fight, especially when you're surrounded by four guys. That is a terrible thing to do. Don't ever do that, you know?
I like to tell...
There needs to be some kind of, I guess you could say, pros and cons to positioning and understanding of it and IQ, as well as like, hey man, don't just think that you can pull guard on anyone on a street fight and you're going to be safe.
I do like to tell people consistently, I'm like, all right, this works within the confines of this as a sport. Or I like this if you're doing a competition. I like this if you're in the rounds with your buddies. I like this if shit really goes hectic. And I tell people, I'm like, they serve different purposes. And I go, but you'll notice, I'm not rolling with you guys like you're competing in something unless you're competing in it. And then we roll a different way. And then it's like, okay, cool. If you guys want to learn the stuff that like might keep you defensively safe, it's more to know. But if you're training like this with your training partners, they aren't going to be your training partners for long, because they'll fuck you up in a few minutes if you really start going too hard on them. But I like to tell people, I'm like, here's the limitation of this move. Here's where it works. Here's where it doesn't, in my opinion. And guess what? They learn and they do their own thing. I just find it hilarious when people try to mix the two. And I think we recently had a friend who, when I was training with him, he was getting ready for a fight, and he tells me this. He's like, hey, man, don't be afraid. Like, you can throw some, like, can we throw some, like, strikes a little bit in this? And I was like, sure. And he's like, yeah. Let's just kind of pepper him in, you know, like no full contact, but just like, you know, feel free to like give me an honest kind of like set of strikes. And I go, okay. And I started touching him up, and he goes, wait, what's happening? And I was like, oh, just because I don't doesn't mean I can't. I was like, fam, I don't sell myself as a fighter, but you asked me to do this. And rather than take damage, I'm not the normal defensive happy ref you're going to roll with. It's, I have to defuse a bomb, you idiot. And I just like, this dude looked at me like, what? Who are you? And I'm like, you asked for this. And I was like, I'm more than happy to go back to normal. This is just dumb. I
think, again, we get caught up so much in the sport aspect of it that when we do start doing certain things where, let's say you hammerlock someone, or as Khabib made it famous, the handcuff. If you get a position like that, you don't need to go all the way to mount from it. You could dominate someone from a side control or a half guard with that handcuff and beat the shit out of someone, and understand that you don't need much more grappling than knowing how to control someone's wrist like that, and it's done so. But that's things that people don't understand that comes with grappling. They think it's just, you know, weird triangles and chokes. Like, you don't understand the IQ that comes with hitting the ground and knowing that you don't necessarily have to end a fight with submissions if you don't want to.
Yep.
You can understand how to just stay on someone and beat them into a pulp if you want to. Some guys are just nicer about it, obviously. They'd rather submit you than beat your brain in, because again, it is a sport. Rather than if you hit a grappler on the street fight, I mean, you better hope the guy doesn't spike you on your head or, like I said, holds you down and beats the shit out of you.
They're gonna be like, you can't slam out of this submission.
Yeah.
It's a rule. You can't do that. I'm like, you can tell the streets, fam. I do want to say this. I think Belal is going to come away with a win.
I think Belal pulls out a split.
And I think
You said Belal, sorry?
I think Belal pulls out the win.
Same.
And I feel like there may still be some folks who are going to go like, hey, man, yeah, you won, but I don't feel great about it.
Yeah, it was really a outpointing kind of fight here. I feel like Belal really didn't take the risk to bite on that mouthpiece, settle his feet, settle his hips, and throw a bomb in there. It was more pepper, switch the stance, circle, keep away, and touch, and go. And there were several times where Burns really committed to that overhand, right? He saw it, the timing wasn't there. But he bit down his mouthpiece and went for the kill, didn't get it. With that being said, I really do think Belal took this, unanimous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go with Belal's split.
I'm not happy about it either.
I think I'm going to have, I agree with that. I don't think he took the risks that are going to get him the attention that he wants. He wants people to respect him and give him attention, give him love. I understand this is a technical fight. This is a dangerous fighter, but you also have to take risks in this sport. The switching of stances was great, but he didn't capitalize on the looks that he was getting with it. Overall, you need to be a little bit more aggressive with it if you want people to really get behind you like that. He expects people to just show him love because he has this streak, or because he's gained this, I guess you could say, rank. But you got to give fans a little bit more. At the end of the day, this is a blood sport and a prize fighting sport. Without the fans, you don't have a job.
Man's coming over and talking about, this is Josh Barnett's blood sport.
Look, what do you want me to say? It's the truth. I mean, if we weren't paying these guys money, they wouldn't be doing this for fun behind an alley.
But that's the hard part, is what we saw here was not the blood sport, it was the sport.
Exactly.
So he did what he did to get that title contention.
He had to get the win. I give it to him. He had to do what he had to do, but ultimately, if he wants to have those high pay-per-view
49-46 unanimous. Woo.
I don't think there's any kids that are gonna wake up tomorrow and say, "I want a Belal Muhammad shirt." You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. Like, remember this performance for the next fight. How about that? Yeah, I wish he would have capitalized more on that switch stance. That was nice. That was a good game plan, but yeah, more aggression, really. But who am I to say shit?
Hey, listen. CEJUDO. Is that Sterling for Sterling?
I believe so.
I think so. If it's spelled wrong, the internet can tell me. And I won't really give a shit, but there is that. I mean...
I might take a safety meeting break.
Yeah, please go right ahead. We're going to do a nice little inventory here. We're going to give you guys an opportunity to go get some snacks, drinks, come back for the main event. Yeah, please take those away. 100%. Thank you. But coming up next, we have your main event. But in the meantime, we want you guys to go ahead and kick it. Enjoy all of the goodness that is happening on the show. We much love and appreciation to you guys. If you give us a nice little share and a like, we'll give you a toast on air. But for right now, we're going to take a little break. We'll be right back in a couple minutes. My name is Rafa Esparza. Many of you know me as a friendly neighborhood BJJ podcaster, but that's not all I do in our sport. I'm a jiu-jitsu commentator, broadcaster, photographer, meme maker, analyst, writer, coach, tournament producer, and occasional athlete therapist. I know, it's weird. I've worn many hats in jiu-jitsu, but the one that I cherish the most is serving as a host. We have done some incredible things over the past 4 years on this show, but starting this Tuesday, we will roll out a brand new experience for fans of the Grappling Hour. Going forward, we will be offering 2 membership-based offerings. Tier number 1 will give our fans early access to my interviews. Tier 1 members will have the ability to see my interviews a month before they're released to the general public. And As a topical show that has a track record of being the first destination for some of the biggest names in our sport, you won't want to miss out on those. Members of this tier will also have access to audio versions of this show in the event that they don't want to see my face, which I totally get. Each month, subscribers will get to see 4-hour-long interviews. Tier 2 members will not only have early access to my interviews, but they will also get to see brand new content that will not be available anywhere else. New premium content includes bi-weekly podcast minisodes. These episodes are designed for the grappling superfans who want in-depth discussions with our guests on topics ranging from greatest losses to opponents that competitors respected the most. Topics will be explored for limited runs, anywhere between 4 to 10 weeks, and will give the featured guests on each episode an opportunity to share the type of unique insight that either gets lost or overlooked in most other interviews. Drill Sessions, a monthly segment where friends and guests of the show will share short videos of the techniques and sequences they're currently drilling in their gyms. Swept Under the Mat, never before seen behind-the-scenes footage from the Grappling Hour archives, and short videos and vlogs from the coverage that I do at various MMA and grappling live events. Members will also be treated to show bloopers and occasional clips of my own training sessions. There's also going to be a live chat dedicated to members of this tier that will answer questions, ranging from just about anything you guys want to throw at me. And finally, members of this tier will also have the ability to pitch minisode episodes and occasionally submit questions for upcoming guests. To become a member, head on over to hi.page/grappling hour. You can also find the link for that page in the description below. Now listen, I know there are a lot of you who may not be able to afford these subscription tiers. That's why it's important to me to still offer some content for those people who want to support the show, but may not have the means to do so financially. So for you, we're still going to offer a condensed weekly version of the show. That show will give you the first 10 minutes of my interviews, and a month after that episode is released to our early access and premium subscribers, they will be unlocked on our YouTube page. In return, all that I ask is that you subscribe to us here on our YouTube page and that you continue to like and share the content that you enjoy on our page. I know money is tight for everybody right now. The last thing you want to do is thinking about having to invest in another subscription-based service. But I hope that you see the value in the types of interviews that I do. I hope you see the consistency of my coverage over the past 10 years, and I hope you see the overall vision that I have for this show. I have never been short on ambition. And for the next phase of this show, I'm taking a pretty big swing. So with that, I'm going to need some support. I hope that you'll come with us and help us become an even bigger and better show. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for even watching all the way to right now, even if you do nothing. It's been a great day for grappling. We'll see you back on the mats. What's up, everybody? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It is your friendly neighborhood BJJ podcaster, Rafa Esparza, coming to you for the tail end of this beautiful night of fights. We got Sterling, we got CEJUDO. They're coming up next, and I hope that you guys are ready to end the night in style. A couple reminders. If you don't follow us on the interwebs, I don't know what to tell you. You can find us at Grappling Hour on all of the major social media platforms, at Grappling Hour, at Grappling Hour, at Grappling Hour. If you don't follow us already, do us even more of a solid. Follow us, love us, appreciate us. It means the world to us because we work our ass off on this. So that's what we got going on for you guys. Keep us in the know of what's happening. Jesus Christ, I love seeing my friends on fight night. They are all getting wasted, and I think they are having themselves a good time. So what I got for you guys tonight is, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, hints, or allegations, hit us up. I see Mike Wong just sent us a note that just said it's you. That's dope. What's up, Mike Wong? Why aren't you here tonight? Where are you at? I think you should be here, Michael Wong. In fact, disrespectful that you're not here tonight. Yeah, I'll say it. Bam. Disrespect. Taken. Anyway, main event coming up right now. I don't know who you guys have. You could tell me Sterling. You could tell me CEJUDO. It really won't matter because we're about to figure out who is actually about to take this beast in a few short minutes. But until then, again, like, follow, subscribe, all that good jazz. And while we've got a moment, I want to take you guys to one of the interviews that I did recently with a friend of the show. His name is Elder Cruz. He's a beast. And he does kind of this very interesting signature pose that has always caught some attention. So I want to see if you guys think it's as funny as I do.
Since I started jiu-jitsu, like I've always like had like the vision of me being great or being like a legend in the sport. Like when somebody does something cool in jiu-jitsu, they're like, oh, monstro, monstro, monstro. So I was like, okay, there's a lot of monsters out there, but I want to be the monster, like El Monstro. I decided to make that my name, and then it just slowly kind of progressed. So like it went from my first term I did, my hands were like this. Then it's turned to this. It just kept on evolving. The most recent is the roll. So like I'll do a roll and then I'll jump up and then I'll do a landing pose. So then like when people see me, they're like, oh shit, it's El Monstro.
I think it's super dope. I will say though, the first time I think I saw it, it looked like a bear was getting arrested. So when I saw this, they had their hands up and it was just like, I don't know what I just did. So the first time I saw it, it was a work in progress. Our main camera over here. Just so you guys know, we have a lot of friends here that come to train with us over at this gym, and perhaps none as good or as awesome of a human being as one Brady Hung. And Brady Wang is one of our good friends here, but we do have some beef because every once in a while he likes to call himself a fat kid, and I had to set him straight in a recent interview. Here is one of those clips.
But I was already in fight shape. I did let myself go like for a few weeks after that.
Shut up.
Previous fight.
Stop right now.
Hey,
you
man.
are not somebody
Hey,
who lets
man.
yourself go. Like, I've heard you say, like, Raph, I got fat before, and I was like, not at all.
Hey, but for me, it's like, like I feel fat
I'm
sometimes.
sure you feel fat. You don't get to call yourself fat. The fat delegation does not recognize you as a member.
I love food, so I love fighting, but I love food too. So there's a happy balance there.
But it also tells me, how many more sit-ups and push-ups do you have to do to equal that out? Because you're usually in still really good shape. Like right now, you fought a few weeks ago. We've had time to put this interview together. You also had a Thanksgiving holiday. You're not what I would call obese, even for your standards right now. And that's, of course, Brady, who comes on over to open mats here at New Ground, which, by the way, happens every Sunday, 10:30 to 12:30. So if you guys want to get in some training with him, he's an excellent human being. He occasionally finds his way over this way. But that's not it. We have also got a friend in one, Fatima Klein. Fatima Klein recently joined our show. She is a winner of Medusa and a current fighter for, I believe, the Invicta fighting organization. But I don't know if you know this about her, but she loves her some smoothies. Here's what she had to say, and here's what we knew.
A few people at the gym actually call me Smoothie Queen because whenever morning practices we have, you'll see me coming in medium, strawberry Hulk, extra whey protein. It's the way to go. It is so hard to pass Smoothie King on my way to the gym every single day and not get it. And then I realized the rewards I could get for it after I downloaded their app, and I was like, oh, $2 off like every other week. Why not? I love their smoothies. and so one after another, I just found myself going there almost every day until I had to start cutting weight a little bit, and oof, that was tough.
I'm a little concerned here because it sounds like a really bad pyramid scheme that you got brought into, where it's like, well, $2 off of 10 of these. I mean, an idiot.
What a steal.
You know what I mean? Like, I would be dumb not to do this. Now, of course, you can look at those clips and wonder to yourself, okay, those are pretty cool. But is it often that the host gets threatened by somebody who, I mean, could beat them up and is a high-level competitor? This is one of our friends, Isaac Cordova, a.k.a. Dova Dog, saying a few words that he had in his mind about me.
I need to give it to you, man. I need to give it to you. I'm gonna make you quit jiu-jitsu, dude. You're quitting jiu-jitsu after you roll with me.
You've said the dumbest thing possible. You think that you, in all buck 40 of your body, is gonna make me quit jiu-jitsu. I've been beaten up by better, sir. I'll have you know. But yeah, we'll get some training in, and yeah, you can have your revenge, but I guarantee you, there's not enough in you to make me quit jiu-jitsu as hard as you can try.
And this is the Rafa Spars that we love and know. Seems like you're back to your normal ways.
So as we wait for Sterling to make his way into the cage with one Relongo, we leave you with this last clip before we get back to the fights, which is that our good pal Joseph Chen is a beast. He's a monster. And you may notice he makes a certain pose. It's hard to pinpoint. What is it? Where did it come from? Why does he do it? We got to the bottom of that right here. The way you take a photo and you like extend this neck out, where does this thing come from? Because even on my best day, I still can't get the look that you get when you make that face.
Actually, it came from at my gym in Shanghai, the one I train at, it's called Absolute MMA Shanghai. I remember they were doing this pose like before, like all the Khabib stuff. Some people were doing like kind of neck thing, but they weren't really flexing their traps a lot. They were like kind of doing like this. I believe I was the first one to actually like try like intentionally like flex my traps as much as possible, and slowly it became a thing. When Kenta did ADCC, in his face off with JT, he did it as well, and I think that was the best thing ever. That was probably one of the highlights of my life, seeing him like do this facing off against JT. I was like, this is the best shit ever. I don't think I've like big traps in general. I think it's just there's a lot of technique to do it. You have to like roll your shoulders back, and then you can get like a nice pose going.
And we're back. All right. Aljamain Sterling is making his way into the cage, which can tell you it is about time for this thing to go down. We're very excited to have you guys joining us. We have the main event coming up right now. I see a note here from Michael Wong that said, did the Robert Deagle seminar, and I'm assuming that says lost all brain power. Did like 5 hours of technique. It's no excuse. In fact, it is an excuse, so boo to you. But nonetheless, glad that you were able to make it to the seminar, and appreciate you, my friend. So right now, Julian is making his way back on over, and I see that he has, go ahead and take it on over. Sir, you will actually get over here for right now. You can sit here for this. I want to ask you a question, and I need you to be very honest with your response. What are we looking at here, sir?
That is a White Claw refresher.
I'm sorry, can you say it one more time for the microphone, please?
A White Claw refresher.
Okay, sir. Do you often bring children's drinks?
Children's drinks?
Yes, children's drinks to a grown-up talk show.
All the time.
Okay.
All the time.
Because I look at this, and it's even trying to tell you, like, it's only 100 calories. You can watch your figure. You're good. Don't worry about it. Like, you brought something that would be on a Real Housewives show.
That's me.
Okay.
Listen, if I have one beer, and I love beer, I will go to sleep.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah. It just, dude, I don't know what it is, but if I have one, I need to have at least 3 or 4.
Okay.
But even then, like, one, I need to supplement that because
Okay.
I have a really low tolerance. But the thing about it is that I burn out really quickly. So I constantly got to supplement it. And these just kind of keep me cool, man. They keep me going, you know, and it watches your figure. Yeah,
Okay, no, I got that part. I'm sure. You know, you probably have to do the budgeting, and when you're like, 2 hours of rolling will give me 300 burn calories. So, okay, I can have 3 of these White Claws and not feel like the worst about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes.
I'm just, listen, dude, no judgment, but judgment, you know? And I'm looking at it. They don't even spell refresher right. Look at this.
They put refreshed.
No, I won't even zoom in on it yet. But it literally, it spells it REFRSHR. Like refresher. It's trying to be all fucking super cool with it right there. Look at that. Embarrassing, sir.
You know what? That made me second guess myself now. Fuck.
All right. Let's ask this. Who do you have in this fight? Do you have Sterling or do you have CEJUDO?
So, like most people, I have CEJUDO. I just don't think it's going to be as easy of a fight as everyone's making it seem. Aljo's
That's
huge. He's a great wrestler, great jiu-jitsu. Everybody makes Henry to be, the gold medalist that he is. But the fact of the matter is, we haven't really seen his jiu-jitsu. We haven't seen how well he is at that part of his grappling. We know how good Aljo is, man. Once he slaps that backpack on you, gets that body triangle, it's kind of a done deal, right? Will he get there? I don't know. I just do think Henry is better in terms of his mentality, in terms of his will to win, and his strategic approach to this fight.
Okay. Do you hold anything against Sterling for his Academy Award-winning performance?
Yes and no. Yes and no. One, I've been hit hard, and I know what it's like to get rocked.
Okay.
If it was an illegal shot, I asked myself, would I have done the same? Yes and no. I probably would have done something like that. It was an illegal shot. What do you want me to do? You get me? Like, you want me to jump into the fight, fucked up, and just get finished? It doesn't make sense, right? So, yeah, I get the fact that people bash on him for that, but you can't tell the man to jump into the fight after you got kneed illegally, he's hurt, and just jump back in.
I think the only thing I got hung up on was I was like, yeah, okay, situationally it's weird. It's not your fault. It happened. Is what it is. And then I saw the look when it was.
Yes.
And I go, what the fuck is this, dude?
Yeah, you didn't have to sell it like that. We saw it. We saw it.
It was more so all of us going, we were all there, dude.
Yeah.
We all saw what you saw.
It.
We know. It sucks.
Now, what you could have done is wait your 5 minutes, but I don't remember that part. Did the ref just go like, all right, you're done? Or did they give him the 5 minutes and be like, all right, we'll give you 5 minutes to recuperate and then go from there? That would have been a different story. But he sold it. He tried to sell it. You're right.
It's just that when they did the fight announcement and they did that, and then he dropped the belt, and I go, I don't care how concussed you are or how out of it you might be, but starting to pretend to play this up is telling me this isn't adding up to anything that any reasonable person would look at and go like, oh, this is your fault. We go, no, this is a situation. I get that. The playing it up makes me go, oh, bro, we don't need to do. If you're this conscious to pull off this bullshit, you're okay. And what's nice is, and I think you're seeing what I'm saying, Sterling is putting it on CEJUDO very quickly with the pace.
Yes, very, very, very high pace, throwing flying knees, head kicks. I think it's a great strategy for him to do this. I think it's a great strategy for him to throw head kicks, kind of keep Henry with his hands up, not really looking for a shot too much. But this is what happened with the Yan fight. We saw him kind of blow through his fucking load a little too quick. Sorry for the no pun there, but you guys know what I'm saying here. A little too quick. Henry's just kind of looking for measurements, not looking for openings here, not really going into anything fully committed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Henry, okay, on this, he has a lock. Yep, body lock.
Body lock, straight to the takedown.
Beautiful. And I mean, he didn't waste any time. He knew that was his opening.
Yep.
And that's the weird part is you can't let him in at any point like that.
No.
Now, Aljo has an underhook here. Henry's trying to get one. He pummels one on the inside. And he's wrapped up that leg nicely. So that leg is pretty tight. Aljo starts to move it out, gets to butterfly hooks. He has one overhook on the hand and one underhook. Aljo now trying to calm down some of the short point kind of punches. We're going to see if he's able to get back up here, but it's going to be very difficult with someone with this kind of base and pressure.
Henry really heavy with those hips, very heavy.
Woo!
Now we're to a front headlock position off of the turtle. Aljo stuck in this position here.
Yep. If I'm Henry, I'm trying to darce right here, but I don't know if you have the arms to do it.
Yeah.
That may be a little bit more difficult.
It kind of looks like he's looking for it there.
I
He's
think
kind of
he's
shifting his arms a little bit.
considering it. I think the hard part is with someone who knows their wingspan as well as Aljo does, I think he knows he can 2-on-1 it pretty well.
Very
but
much so.
that kind of overhook that he has that's
Yeah.
kind of locking him in,
Yeah.
That's a beautiful place to be putting in for that whizzer,
Agreed.
for the extra pressure. Now, Aljo can maybe space it back up, comes back up. This is the best gift that could have happened to Aljo right now.
Yeah.
And Henry's trying to take advantage of it. I mean, the nice part is, woo, he ate that. But here's the nice part. Look at how Aljo, even when he's connecting, and maybe they're not full on, they are taking Henry's range out.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's really well done.
Aljo's doing a really good job during that exchange of really throwing long shots here.
Yep.
But the thing is, he's getting a little too overexcited and then ending up in this clinch position once again. He needs to stay out. He needs to stay long and just kind of pepper him from afar. Not really commit to it. He doesn't need to commit to anything. Good scramble here.
Almost.
Henry on top again.
And again, going for that beautiful control, going to that front headlock. And you look at where his arm is. It's a little too south to get that Darce. And he ducks under.
Nice peek out.
And comes up.
Beautiful.
And he might be able to grab that foot and kind of start to trip him, but it's going to be really hard to finish that on Henry. So I would assume if I'm him, I'm trying to back out, get my space back in. But you know what's going to happen here is I think that Aljo knows that these are going to be inevitable positions he's going to get stuck in.
Yeah.
If he can use his body, his size, to reverse some of these positions, these are going to be wins over time on Henry's game.
The only thing I have concern over is this weight cut, right? We all know he fucking cuts a lot of weight.
Yep.
Does this type of pace... Ooh, there's a takedown from Aljo right here.
Nice.
Really nice takedown as well. 2 knees to the sternum there.
And he's going to want to be real
Good
heavy
position here in the wall wrestling.
Excellent, excellent work of the knees all over. Henry is a little stuck in this position.
Yeah, he's a little stuck. He needs to turn that right shoulder out. He's a little stuck here.
He's trying to break the hands. Now, normally you need that hip space to kind of pressure out, but he's up against the cage, so it's going to be a little hard to angle it perfectly. And instead, he's getting taken down. Now, if you're Aljo, you got to make that good submission attempt right now.
Aljo throwing one hook in right now. It's established. He's looking for that right one.
Because that's the interesting thing. To be in this position, it is a close enough round one where if you don't do these sorts of things, even though you feel like Aljo won the round, you know, you always want to secure it, or at least to make sure that you make that second round a little bit more impactful. Ooh,
nice short left there. Very short left from Aljo.
To end that round.
Yeah,
Henry just ate it.
It's all right. We very competitive round, right?
Yep.
We see CEJUDO really dominate the first half of it.
Yep.
There's some scrambling ensued. We end up with Aljo on top and really taking over the fight. Who do you have for that first round?
I think that first round goes Aljo.
Really?
I do, and I'll tell you why. I think that Henry was, Aljo was pressuring to begin with. CEJUDO had a couple moments, but they were control moments. Now, he wasn't doing any impact in those control moments, right?
Yeah.
Then he got reversed, and you saw that in those moments, Aljo was trying to at least advance the position. He was trying to go to take the back. He was trying to do something and on that very short last hit, it's good enough for me to go, yep. Hey, man, good on you.
You touched on some really good points there. He did start off strong, did put a lot of pressure, did back up Henry. So, you know what? I at first had it at 10-10. I'm going to go with you on this. You kind of convinced me on that.
Okay.
I want to go Aljo 10-9.
And it's, like I said, but it's part of the reason why when he's climbing the back, it's like you got to make that convincing right now, because even though without that moment, I probably still would have leaned a little bit Aljo.
Yeah.
But I think that you just don't want to leave it where those moments where Henry looked like he was starting to get that advantage, that those matter more than your moments.
Yeah.
Because, again, look at this. What did Henry do? He made the first hit in this round because I think his camp told him, they're like, you were waiting too long.
Yeah.
I think his camp saw what we saw, which was, that was good. But shit, man, if we're talking about better damage, the hits that Aljo hit looked a little bit harder than the ones that Henry hit, and now he's coming out a little feistier.
Yeah, agreed.
So it'll be interesting to see what adjustments, but what kind of fighter Henry CEJUDO is coming back in the second round now. Cross hits really, really well.
Yeah.
Beautiful work here. Aljo is mixing it up nicely to the body. Henry goes for a kick, but it gets caught.
Did that body shot look like it hurt him for a split second there?
It's hard to say. I don't know that it did. I think when he caught it, I think both of them has kind of eaten like one body shot that I go, I would not have eaten that like that.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Nice.
Nice head kick from CEJUDO there.
But it's also a recognition of his actual range. Again, looking at that, he looks over and he knows he can slip out of it.
Yeah.
Because he's like, dude, this dude is shorter than me.
Yeah.
There is no way he's going to connect. He's just missing on each of those, which normally, about the same size, you're probably eating some of those kicks if you're Henry CEJUDO's size.
Henry's really having trouble with this range right now. You could tell he's really trying to find a rhythm for himself here, but he's kind of throwing wild head kicks here with nothing to mask it. He's not really even throwing any sort of jabs just because he's short. He's a lot shorter. He can't really reach here.
Well, if you notice, a lot of the ones that have really shown me Aljo's power are when Henry is hitting them after Aljo is connected with him.
Yeah.
And then he looks like he's wildly missing, when in actuality, it's like an instinct hit, like, oh shit, I'm going back, I need to go forward with this punch.
Yeah.
And I wonder if Aljo counters one of those at some point and figures out that timing.
Yeah.
Because, ooh, nice. He snuck that left in very quickly. Henry's, I think that actually was the smartest thing Henry's done so far, was trying to grab the hands, because it at least gave him a split second to know where he could set something up and switch between the two. Nicely done. Nicely done. Aljo is proving a little difficult for Henry. He's frustrating him.
Again, it wasn't going to be an easy fight, and I felt like a lot of people were just making it seem like CEJUDO was just going to run through this guy. Again, he's a champion for a reason. He did control Yan in his last fight, you feel me? So it's like, the dude's good, man. He has 3 losses on his record out of what, like 20-something wins? Like, come on, dude, give the dude some fucking respect.
Yeah, I think it's easy to get caught up on the theatrics of one fight for Aljo, and maybe just a little bit of how he's playing into it in the social media.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I was like, dude, I like him.
Yeah.
But you don't have to love that. You could still say, like, dude, he's a really good fighter, though. Look at all this shit. And then there's a part of me that thinks, all right, if this is me, if this is you, how the fuck are we acting with millions of people chiming in and being like, you're a paper champ, fuck you, you're not a real one, and then you beat Yan, you're like, what do I need to do for you?
Yeah.
I beat this dude.
Yeah.
And come on, man.
It's at the end of it's like we said, it's that whole theatrics, right? It's the theatrics that we witnessed, and as humans, we kind of hold people accountable for that kind of bullshit, you know? Especially us that are martial artists.
Oh, the internet never forgets.
Oh, yeah.
Never forget that, guys.
And it stays undisputed, always.
Absolutely. I just love the fact that when this one came up, I think my initial reaction when I saw that they announced this fight was, ugh, I don't want to know any of the lead up. I just want to see the fight. I don't want to pay attention to any of this bullshit, but I'm here for the fight night.
I feel you. Same.
And then,
go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, and then you saw peaks of it, small glimpses of it.
Yeah.
But here's the good news. I would say in the second round, towards at least the second half of the second round, there have been some better marks for Henry. It did look like it was starting to get to a little bit of Aljo, even though I would still maybe say that early part was very much Aljo. So I think you've got to make sure that you close out very strongly.
Yeah.
Again, look, it is close, 22-17. The bulk of those
Very
22
close.
happened.
22 of Sterling being on top, by the way, guys.
Yep. And 22, the majority of those. Ooh, nice clip there by
nice
Henry.
short right hand.
Very beautiful.
By Henry there.
But the majority of those 22 happened in those first 230.
Yeah.
So when you start seeing momentum, I was like, yo, the momentum was shifting very nicely for Henry.
Yeah, speaking about momentum, Aljo is slowing down significantly, guys. Significantly. Again, one of the things that I really feel Henry should do is he's already making that adjustment. He's kind of letting Sterling take advantage of these first 2 rounds now. Sterling is slowly pumping out a little more of just output, and it's starting to slow him down. The thing that we're missing here is during these exchanges, Aljo is feinting a right kick, I believe, and he's throwing it up like he's going to throw a front kick. He brings it down, and then he throws a right hand, or either whatever side it is, he's throwing that same side hand. During that exchange, Henry's ripped a body shot every time.
Yeah.
Not both, but several of those times, I've seen Aljo take a deep breath. Is that affecting him, or is it the weight cut? The thing is that Henry for sure is starting to catch a rhythm here. Yeah. I see him coming into this third round a little more aggressive, start stepping on the gas and coming up here.
Yep. And again, that dude could step away for years, but he's still an Olympic athlete.
Yeah.
He's still amazing.
Yeah, man.
Dude, he's just built as
just
an athlete.
Born and bred into the fire is really what it is, you know?
We did get a note. This is from Michael Wong, who guessed earlier, Sterling by KO, bro. So, okay.
That's Michael Wong. Don't listen to Michael Wong.
But the second thing he typed in was, Rob trains with Aljo a lot. He says Sterling walks around at 170.
I believe that.
I do too. But good Lord.
And right off the bat, we're seeing a lot of kicks off of Aljo. If you guys have never thrown a kick in your life but thrown punches, throw a kick. It's more tiring.
It is. And especially if you do that thing, and I'm not saying they would, but who knows. Sometimes when you start to throw a kick, you do that
Yeah.
Like you do that hiccup,
Yeah.
like breath in.
Now we're in this front headlock position with Henry on top. Under
But this
control.
is great for Henry.
Really great. Let him
This
wrestle.
is where you
Let
wanna
him work
be.
for it to get up. I'm trying my best here not to be biased, guys. I want Henry to win, I'll be honest. But I'm
Oh,
really
okay.
trying
Wow.
not to be biased here.
We got some Brown favoritism here, sir.
Oh, man. Hey, they're
No.
Listen, by definition, they're both Brown.
Oh,
right?
I see. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what you would tell the officer if they both came here and be like, well, they were both Brown, sir. You know what I like to tell people? I love this joke, and I will finesse this, I think, one day into my stand-up routine, which is just, I think MMA is the last place you can just be blatantly racist. Here's why. You ever just notice when people go like, oh, yeah, I love Canelo, and you go, why? And they're like, no reason, just do. And I'm like, just doesn't have anything to do with you being Mexican. You don't have anything to do with loving him just because he's a Mexican dude, even though he's doesn't look like a normal Mexican.
Yeah.
They'll be like, no, that's not what it is. They'll be like, dude, I just love this one dude. I'm like, you like the black guy?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And yet everybody goes, I don't know, man. And nobody can say what it is. I was like, bro, every time I walk into a place and there's like a brown person, literally an hour ago, I think you guys saw me being like, yo, I'm not even Puerto Rican, but Bad Bunny, I got him, bro. He's my guy in WWE. And people are like, why? I was like, cuz, look at that guy. He's doing exactly what I would do if I was in the WWE. If I was a giant pop star, I'd be like, yeah, I'll take a week off. I'll take a month off.
You know what? I wanted to ask you on this, and this
Yeah,
is
what's up?
completely unrelated to this fight.
Absolutely.
What do you think about Bad Bunny and WWE?
Love it.
I have my take on that. I'm not a huge I used to be when I was a kid, not anymore.
Okay.
But I want to hear your perspective on that.
I love it because he's doing it like tonight when we were watching it on my phone. He was selling the moves like he's a pop star, not a wrestler. And it's like the story they're telling with him was, no, I'm not a WWE superstar. I'm Bad Bunny in this world. And I think sometimes the celebrities come in, you look like Logan Paul, and he's like, I'm an athlete. And you go, not really. You're just, like, you're in great shape. You're doing some athletic things, but yet we're supposed to believe that you're on the same level as Seth Rollins or same level as some of the guys they're giving you. Like even The Miz, where I go, you're not that guy. But they're doing a great job of putting you over.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny's coming in, and they're like, it's going to be a street fight. And he gets a kendo stick, and you go, okay. Then he does a Canadian Destroyer, and I'm like, bro, I couldn't.
Yeah.
Even on my best day, and the guy helping me out. So, yeah, that's my love of that guy.
I don't like his music. I think I just don't like his voice per se when he sings. I'll be honest. But I don't know when he first started coming on in wrestling. I just saw highlights of it, but I think it was maybe last year, the year before that. It's WrestleMania, one of those.
Yep.
And I thought he was fucking phenomenal. I mean, when I see Mayweather go in there with the Big Show and he's just throwing punches, every celebrity that jumps into WWE for a show or two plays it safe.
Yeah.
This man is not playing it
No,
safe.
no.
This man's on tour. This man's doing backflips. He's doing slams. The dude doesn't look like he fucking lifts. And he's fucking lifting up 200-pound dudes. Come on, dog.
Bro, tonight, he hit a suplex on somebody.
I saw that.
And I looked at it, and I go, yo, that's hard. That's hard to do.
That's respect,
And
dog.
he wasn't like, let's do it. Like, he was like, let's go for it. And I go, man. And this is the biggest pop star in the world, and you don't even know the amount of insurance money that would have to cover him doing that.
I didn't even think about that.
It's huge because think about it. You have people who have paid for him for concerts.
Yeah.
That they're like, if he can't show up, then it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, major respect to that dude. I got way more love for that dude than a Logan Paul. But you know what? It comes back to, well, I like the brown guy because he's brown.
Yeah.
And you look over and you're like, why don't you like Logan Paul? I don't know, reasons. I don't know. And people are like, is it racism? No, he's just a fucking YouTuber. I don't give a shit. So that's the other thing I always like to tell people is I'm like,
Okay, that makes sense.
you know, when you look at it, you can always go those ways and say those things. But I think MMA is that last bastion of people being like, no, even boxing. Watch how many brown people get together for a boxing match just to be
dude,
like, oh,
that's-
yeah, no, I like that guy.
That's just, that was the gathering back in
When,
the day.
when Ryan Garcia lost, every Mexican just did this.
Listen, Graf, they may or may have not because I'll be honest.
Oh,
I'll
were
give
you?
No,
Uh-oh.
I didn't go for Ryan. I don't like Ryan, to be honest with you. I'm a huge Davis fan. And it hurts me, I'll be honest. Brown, I got to be honest, right? But when I see my uncles they looked at Ryan and they were like, does he speak any Spanish? And I was like, no. He's like, are his parents Mexican? And they're like, yeah, you're their second generation. They're like me. They're like me.
Yeah.
They're the first generation.
Yeah.
And they're like, we'll still root for him. So I'm like,
no.
okay.
But the elders are like,
the elders are very much watching you with a magnifying glass.
I know with Garcia, I go, this kid has talent.
Oh yeah.
The question is, does he have as much talent as you need to be a winner in a tough sport? And you saw that night, it was like, dude, that gut check happened, and that dude, he made what was probably a smarter choice, but one that you look at and you go, all right. But it was hard, man. And I tell people, I'm like, listen, obviously more talented than me. Yeah. I couldn't be in there.
Yeah.
I know that about myself.
Same.
But when you talk about the greats and the people who are there, you're like, it's going to be hard to put him in any conversation.
And it's very difficult, too, because even the boxing community and a lot of the community in general really have it for him quitting, right? The man takes a knee and he thinks about getting up.
Yep.
And I saw this video by Sean Porter.
Okay.
If you guys don't know who Sean Porter is, look him up. And he talks about it, and he really phrased it very well. The way he describes it is, in short terms, is he chose consciousness over him being safe.
Yep.
And listen, to each their own. But when you see the long list of Mexican champions or even fighters, they don't take the safe road. They go out under fucking shield. And you can say, oh, well, that's not smart. To each their own. That's just the way they carry themselves.
And it is very hard. And I don't know if you just saw this, but they just did Sterling and CEJUDO at -115 each. So they are even odds.
Very even, yeah.
That's interesting to see.
I would want to say that I gave CEJUDO the third round. I don't know if I give him the previous two. With that being said, we're in the fourth. So it's 2-1 in my opinion here.
Okay. That's not a bad take. I still feel like the nice part is you are seeing more urgency out of CEJUDO now.
Yeah.
And this is where you want to turn it up. You can, as we saw with the GOAT, DJ, last night, 3-4-5 came in for him. And when he was fighting, that's when you can turn it up and still win a 5-round fight.
Definitely, especially with these guys that are a lot bigger. I mean, Adriano Moraes, speaking about Mighty Mouse, is a big man. Cuts a lot of weight. Same thing with Aljo. Really here, CEJUDO needs to fucking step on this gas tank. Yep. Anything. Shoot, wrestle him, but sense of urgency is the key here.
Here's an interesting thing. Look at these stats. 50-21, 42-27,
huge
and
gap.
24-21.
Huge gap
And
here.
I mean, Sterling just is eking ahead in the right areas.
Yeah.
But look, that's why you're seeing a way more aggressive CEJUDO in this fourth round trying to make a statement. Because if he's on the scorecard that you have, and that's what the judges have, he could make it 2-2 going into this fifth round. So this is very big, and that's a really good grip on that cage. Excellent use of the cage by CEJUDO.
Disclaimer here, a lot of the times, a huge percentage of the times, I disagree with a lot of the judges.
Sure.
There's a lot of judging here that just doesn't make sense, in my opinion, humble opinion.
Yeah, I do appreciate always looking around and hearing any kind of Mexican elder, because I'm like, dude, I don't speak Spanish. That shit doesn't happen for me. And then all of a sudden, you look at, I think, what was it? The film Selena, the esteemed film Selena.
Yeah.
Where Edward James almost goes, you
Yes,
can
sir.
never be Mexican enough for the Mexicans.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yep.
And like, I remembered even my parents looked at that and they go, yep. And I go, yeah, you guys had it way harder than I did. So every generation puts it on.
Were your parents like first generation,
They
second
were
generation?
so it's tricky because I think I grew up a certain way thinking they were first generation. Or
Okay.
no, I'm sorry, second generation.
Okay.
And then I think I saw paperwork that said my dad was, I think, third.
Third?
I think my dad was third, but we
Okay.
had always thought that they were second.
Okay.
And so by the time we got to me, I was like, oh, I'm going to be super whitewashed. By the time they get to me, shit, it's easy. But my mom spoke perfect Spanish. My dad spoke reasonable enough Spanish.
He got around.
You know what I mean? Like, he couldn't get his way out of a paper bag in most conversations, but it was enough where you go, oh, he knows the verbs. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've always looked at that and just go, like, that's going to be a losing battle. But just seeing how they would assess certain situations, I'm like, yo, y'all are from a different generation than I am.
And it's true, really. Like, I speak Spanish. It's very much embedded in me. But even then, I'm the whitewashed guy out of my family.
Yep. You're like, I did the thing. I learned the language. And they're like,
it wasn't enough.
Not good enough.
I actually fight. None of you guys do. Still,
Bro.
not good enough.
I have to tell you this. I guess I have to tell you this, not you. Mexican families, when it comes to fighting, you will always have those uncles, those cousins, who are fight experts.
Yeah.
And conspicuously never fought. And you'll always like, dude, it got years for me. Even then, I was like, I don't really fuck with this, but like, sure. And by the time I think one of my family members came up to me, and they came up and they said, Ref, you realize that like you're probably one of the further family members in combat sports training. And I was like, huh?
Yeah.
No.
I actually practiced.
Fuck, you're right. And I thought about it. I was like, I never thought about it that way because I was too busy thinking like, well, I guess I'm just going to be the smart one. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I do sports. It's all big. Like, it's all good. Whatever. And then all of a sudden, like, one of my guys was like, I think you've trained more striking than some of our uncles. And I go... And then I thought about it. I was like, yeah, if you put me at the same time, they might have been a better athlete, but I probably would have, like, submitted them. I think I'm good.
Yeah.
So when they told me that, I was like, oh, shit, I never thought of it that way. And I was like... So then one of them came up to me, and they're like, in a grappling match, I was like, they won't touch me.
Yeah.
None of them would touch me at their prime. I would have been fine. An actual fight, there's a couple I think they'd try, but I was like, I think I could strategically figure them out. But they're just, I love that that's how.
That is the confidence. It's not even a confidence, dude. It's just a shirt, like, blatant almost that it's like, these people, some of these people are fucking, I mean, my uncles are the same. Some have probably never had a fight in their life, and they just consider themselves fucking pros, dude.
It's just what happens, man. And that's part of the reason why boxing lives on and on. Because sometimes I look it over and I'm like, why did you guys order this fight? It's garbage.
Yeah.
And they're like, because mijo.
Hey, we gotta support.
He's gotta support. And they go, no, you don't have to support this. This one's a trash card.
Yeah.
Y'all bought it for one fight. This is a bad investment. So I love my family, but I did love roasting them for this. So do you have it 2-2 right now, or was that enough for Aljo kind of made a little bit of a statement toward the end of that fourth?
So I have it.
The last round was tricky.
It was
I would
tricky.
say this. I think there's I think there was a conceivable way it could be 3-1 for Sterling, but only because I think CEJUDO was pushing in the last round.
Yeah.
But I think there were a couple times when CEJUDO either reversed or kind of negated a couple things.
Yeah.
Where I was like, shit, I don't know, man. Like, CEJUDO's really fighting his heart out.
Very even round. It could be one of those rounds where you could say it's a 10-10 round again. Yeah, it's a very... I mean, I heard Ray Longo say, oh, it's 2-2. That's the first thing he said going into the fifth. He tells Aljo that, and then he says, maybe 3-1. If your answer is saying it's 2-2, he might be scoring it that way. And that's your own... You're telling your own fighter that. Nothing wrong with that. All I'm saying is that if he's thinking that the judges could be scoring that, I'm very much in the middle.
It's tough. It is tough.
Listen, my brown side's very much saying 2-2, but I don't know, dog. I really don't.
So I think the weird part about that is, I'd say you can tell Longo has been doing this for so long, because I think all of us would be too afraid to say, like, 3-1 or 2-2, we don't know.
I think you should be honest with your fighter. If it's 2-2, tell him
I guess,
that.
man. But the problem is, it's one thing to tell your fighter. So if you come over to a stool, and I'm telling you, it might be 3-1, you'd be like, all right, we're looking good, so be smart and do this. But it also could be 2-2. The fuck, man? Pick a lane. You tell me what you think it is.
In that case, as a fighter, you should take the darker road and say, it's 2-2. I need to fucking step this. Oh, no. Sorry, 3-1. I need to step this shit up and finish.
Yeah.
You go for that.
Okay. You get the confidence that you're doing good things.
Yeah.
But you need to do a little more.
You need to finish. If you don't finish, you might hurt the guy enough to where you fucking warrant a 10-8 round and then even it out. You know, you never know.
Damn.
Henry's looking good in this fifth round.
Connected nicely
right
there.
Looking good in this fifth round here.
I think they're about to see it here in a second here. So they're going to see the clip, and then... Yeah, they're reacting in the way I thought. I was like, you know, it's always weird when I'll react and I'll see it then 10 seconds later. I was like, yo, fam, you about to see something real nice.
That was a brown energy that time. That's what it was.
2 minutes left to go in.
Oh, Henry taking a deep look at the time there for a second.
I think
Henry's camp may have told him you're behind.
Got it.
And I think if that's the case, I think he's trying to make just enough of a statement. He's like, maybe I can't knock him out.
Yeah.
Maybe I can't get that win like this or like that. But if I can do enough, or maybe a couple judges were fucking with me this time, just enough to give that statement. But I have so much respect for Aljo at least trying to out-wrestle him here.
Oh, yeah.
No business for this. No reason. It's just wasted energy that you're doing at that point.
But again, it looks good for the judges. At least, at least he's trying here, you know? Henry's just kind of staying standoffish. He's looking for shot. Oh, beautiful clinch here. Two knees go in from CEJUDO. But he's just kind of being standoffish, and he's looking for a counter, looks like. There it is. Aljo threw a jab. He comes back with a straight right.
Now look at this. Sterling, even in that round 4, was 30-13.
Dang.
And you almost don't feel like that's what it was.
We also need like exchanges. Figure out a way to put on the exchanges off of the grappling, whether we reverse something, whether you know. But yeah, I mean, Aljo looks like he's outpointing him here.
I think that Aljo is going to win this by outpointing if he survives the next 55 seconds.
So the co-main and the main just may go to outpoint decision here.
Yeah. And I mean, listen, dude. I honestly, I think there's a large part of me that doesn't necessarily have an issue with. Ooh, that was actually some pretty good balance there by Aljo.
Oh, yeah,
I would not have taken
balance.
that. Hey, CEJUDO, if he can finish this, woo, that would be amazing.
And we can hear the brown pride in here.
Absolutely. You don't need to know too much about our demographics here in this,
you hear it.
This gym, but I think you can figure it out very nicely. I'll say this. That's the confidence of knowing you're ahead. Of that you're just like, yeah, all right, this dude has a waist lock on me. I ain't even impressed about it, man. He's just trying to knee me to get these. Ooh, nice reverse.
Very nice reverse.
What a fucking recognition of position. And even trying to make sure, like, no.
Yeah.
I need to get some points in.
Something. And again, I'm gonna touch back on what I said earlier at the beginning of this fight. Is this wasn't gonna be an easy fight for CEJUDO? If you fucking thought it was, you're wrong. The man, Aljo's huge. He's a great wrestler, very unorthodox striker. And to think that Henry's just gonna walk through him, it's just not gonna happen. It's just not. So as of now, it's very hard to score, Raph.
I would say I'm gonna make a guesstimation 32. I
Okay.
would not
For
be
Aljo?
for Aljo.
Okay.
I would not be surprised with the 4-1, especially given those strike stats.
Okay.
But I'm going off of how I felt. Dying words here.
Okay.
But I'm going off of how I felt. The control kind of shifted a little bit, and I think that when you don't acknowledge those things, that's when people go, "Oh, it didn't work the way I thought in my head." I go, I acknowledge what I see as the significant strikes.
Yeah.
But I also want to give some respect to being like, Henry was really trying to come back from some bad spots.
Yeah.
At least from being behind on scorecards.
Not only that, but 3 years off as well against the champ.
That was the part, is I never thought that Henry was going to just outclass him in a I'm going to walk right through you sort of a fight. I just thought you don't discount this man's tank.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to make it. Like, he fought like a current contender.
Yeah.
And that's about as good as you could wish. Aljo fought like a current champion.
Yeah.
And to me, a current champion will beat a current contender.
That makes sense.
Even with that time off, I was like, he still looks great.
Yeah,
just
he does.
not enough to win.
And this is why I really sometimes really tip my hat to boxing, because a lot of boxers won't just come back and fight a fucking champion.
Yeah.
They'll fight someone that's maybe top 5, top 3, tune-up, so to speak, even though not necessarily a tune-up, right? But really do that. And I feel like the UFC's really like pioneered this way of like, if someone's out, they come back in, they fight the champ. All right, sorry guys, we're about to get this decision here.
So we're waiting for the words. Oh no, it's
48-47 CEJUDO. 48-47 Sterling.
And Aljo does pull it off by
Aljo
split.
pulls off the decision. Yep.
It's correct. But you'll notice it's the reason why I said 3-2.
Yeah.
Even though in my heart I was like, I feel mentally it's a 4-1. But based off of how the rounds worked, a 3-2 makes sense.
Yes, it does. It does. If I'm gonna put my brown boy energy aside, I will say that it's a 3-2.
So
again, I argued a 10-10 for one round, but that's just me being me. You feel me? So
now they're talking with Aljo. Joe is there, and he's saying it was an outstanding fight. So he starts by saying, "What's up, New Jersey?" And they're kind of like, whatever. I mean, you know,
not really feeling it.
Stuff.
I'll be honest. I feel like Aljo's a little stiff on the mic. I feel like he's a little. He doesn't have a lot of personality. I don't know. It's just me, man.
It's hard, man. It's
very
difficult to tell people how to have charisma.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I'm talking about here. They're patting the shot on Sean O'Malley here.
But I will say, Sean O'Malley, of all nights to wear the Thriller jacket, when Aljo was trying to put the shine on you, it's the night to do it.
It's the night to do it.
It's the night, the cutaway when you're in the Thriller jacket. I swear, dude, I would wear one right now if I had it.
I would have worn it, and then as they put that camera on me, before they panned, I would have done a spin right before, dude. You had to do that, Sean. You fucked up.
Oh. We were laughing because one of my homies has like one of those multi-game consoles.
Like, wait, which one?
So it's one where it's like a arcade joystick, 2-player kind of a thing.
Okay.
But it has all the old school games.
So it's kind of like an emulator kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
So he pulls me in and he's like, "Hey man, I got Michael Jackson's Moonwalker," and I was like, "Get out of my way."
Oh, no way. Dude, that goes for a lot of money, I think,
It
man.
does. But when I was seeing it and I was playing it, I don't know if people know this, but when Michael Jackson dies in that video game, he goes from being like, ho, and like, he's saving children, by the way, in this video game. I don't know if people know that. But he saves like little girls, and he's like, gets life from saving little girls. It's problematic in a number of ways.
So fucking weird.
So they do that, but then he can also, if he spins around long enough, everybody dances in sequence with him. So that's amazing. But if he ever dies, he goes from ho to hoo.
That is so
the
sad.
funniest death noise I have ever heard in a video game
That's
in my
fucking
life.
sad.
So I got to the point where I wanted to get the sound effect and put it on like my thing.
You should have done it.
Just so that every once in a while when someone like calls me, whoo, or like a text message from someone I don't like, they'll be like, "Raph, who's that?" Whoo. Oh, fuck this person. So I appreciate this. They're trying to start a brawl for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, who knew this dude was going to walk into the octagon and try and start some shit?
With his Thriller jacket. Oh, it looks like Sean's like mouthing off to Dwavashvili.
I guess the question here is, what did they expect? And also, is Sugar Sean even ranked?
Yeah, he's ranked number 1, I believe, after beating Piotr Yan.
That's right.
Which that was very what's the word I'm looking for, Raph? Here, very controversial.
Okay,
I
wasn't sure if it's controversial.
Yeah, so I scored that fight for Yan, and I feel like the majority of the public scored it for Yan, unless you're a fucking Sean O'Malley fan. I get it, but yeah, I really scored it for Yan. And how would you score this fight for? Did you catch any of that, ref?
I heard Mike Tyson, and I only was able to discern the last few seconds of that, which was do something about it. So I hope that nobody in the audience does something about it, because that would be bad. But good Lord.
Bringing the mic over to Henry now.
Let's see here. It says, let's go to Mexico. Sure, Mike Wong. And if it says, if Henry wins a close round here, would you be good with him getting a decision? No, Steve, I would not. And I think that you see that right now where you got kind of the decision I think you were supposed to get.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
If we're going to be completely fair and honest, yes.
But you know what's really interesting is, as CEJUDO's giving him props and saying he's tougher than he thought, I think that is the risk that happens when you come back from retirement.
Yeah.
But it's one that I respect more than, say, even Khabib kind of going out a little too early. And I'm like, bro, I can't do GOAT with you because you went out too early.
I agree.
And it's like, dude, Demetrius Johnson had 14 title defenses and is still going. And I won't ever look at his blemishes as bad because I go, guess what?
he came back like a beast.
Yeah. And it's the thing that we carry from boxing, right? We carry it from boxing, this mythological or next year record. And then we try to put it into MMA. It just doesn't jive. I don't give a fuck if you're undefeated. If you're 16-0 and 15 of those people are cans, it doesn't warrant anything really. You know, but if you see someone like fucking Mighty Mouse, who's fucking 14 defenses, dude fought the who's who in his division, it's like, come on, dog. But Khabib fights 2-3 top contenders, wins, and then gets warranted the fucking GOAT. I
want to tell you this. I think it's impressive to never really lose rounds, per se. That is obviously something that's an achievement. But something that legitimately bugs me to this day, and it is cultural, is this, I would fight you, but my mom, she don't want me to fight you guys anymore. And I'm like, don't put your shit on your mom. Like, get the fuck out of here on being like, I would fight you, but my mom has. Because I'll tell you this.
It's strange as a 30-something-year-old, for sure.
Think about this. No. Again, cultural. Love your mom. Do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, no, I get it.
If I came home and I told my mom, I'd be like, you don't want me to fight anymore? She'd be like, yes. And then you would go out and say that. My mom would be like, why did you say that about me? And I'd be like, because it's what you said. I would have gotten the shit kicked out of me by my mom because she would have been like, don't make the streets think I'm not letting you fight.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, for real.
Because I think to myself, like, dude, it's one thing to go through an extenuating circumstance like that. I get it. But then to be like, oh, yeah, he's a good contender. I would probably have beaten him.
Yeah.
But see, the way that my mom works out is that I can't because she's like, nah.
It's a little silly, to be honest with you. And it could be, like you said, it could be a totally cultural thing. My mom is not for fighting at all. She's a complete pacifist.
Yeah.
But if I were to say some shit like that and she would see it, she'd be like, I didn't fucking tell you to do that, bro.
She would come up to you and be like,
you better fucking be doing that if you want to do it.
I was a pacifist until now.
Yeah,
Now we're
definitely,
fighting.
dude. Definitely.
So I have my reservations with that. And I have loved when people have tried to explain the culture of it to me, and I'm like, no, dude, he's blaming his mom.
And listen, we're going culturally, right? Like in the Mexican community or even Latin community, our mothers are up here.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they're right there.
Top of it.
So we can kind of say it. It's like it's tit for tat, really.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And listen, dude. When I saw his dad pass, I was like, if it's good for you, you're done.
Yeah.
Then you just say like, you know what, I'm done and I've made a choice.
Yeah, and that's your dad. That's your trainer. That's the man that walked with you, right? I totally understand if you say, listen, he's gone, I'm done. It's almost, listen, I'm going to compare it musically. It's almost like Led Zeppelin, right?
Oh, no.
Right? Drummer dies, and then they go, we're fucking done. Dude, mad fucking respect for that. Come on, son. I get that. But you're going to say your mom that has no fucking inclusion in this. I don't fucking know.
I'm so sorry to have the fact that I never thought that any comparison was going to be to Khabib to Led Zeppelin, but we made that journey here tonight.
Context.
I'm going to say this, though. Next time we roll.
Yeah.
If I see, like, there's, like, 10 seconds left, I'm going to try to, like, get up higher on the judges if I haven't gotten a submission yet.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be like this in the middle of, like, inside of your guard just to be like, yo, did I get this? Did
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
this
yeah,
round? I got a few body punches in. That should be enough, right?
Yeah.
It was a close round, but I want to make sure that I got more strikes in. Because I looked at that, my first thought when I saw them doing that toward the end.
Yeah.
Where, dude, I was like, I've been punched harder in rounds.
Oh, yeah.
By y'all.
Yeah.
In those moments because
Yeah.
they're just like, how many seconds? And I
Yeah.
go, yeah, dude. So I thought about it. I was like, what's the jiu-jitsu equivalent of that? I was like, it's probably just hitting somebody like really pathetically in the middle of a roll.
Or even just like an explosive scramble where someone gets slapped or elbowed, some shit like that.
Absolutely. You got to get ahead in the judging.
Somehow, some way.
Well, I want to say thank you so much for stopping in today, sir.
Thank you, man.
You were an excellent analyst of both the striking and the grappling.
Hey.
Sometimes people only pick one, but you were able to do both today, and I want to tell you that was really good stuff, man.
Appreciate you, man. I love them both. I love the sport. I love everything martial arts, really. Thank you for having me, man. This is a great show. Appreciate you, dog.
Much love to you, brother.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much. Get on out of here, brother.
Thank you,
You
dude.
enjoy the rest of your night, sir.
Likewise.
All right, guys, let's start closing up this bitch. But I do want to say a couple quick little cheers on out to our friends. Thank you so much for sticking with us tonight. This is a toast to all of you guys. Much love. And again, big props to our good friend, Mason Elgin, for bringing home a win. That dude is a fucking beast.
take privates from him, learn from him. I know I have. And it has been some of the best instruction I've gotten. So no surprises here, motherfuckers. But here's what I got for you guys. We're going to close this up. But we're going to get a couple reminders. I want to say big thanks and love to our friends over here at New Ground Jiu Jitsu. Open mats every Sunday, 10:30 to 12:30. Don't miss them. I'm here on a number of those days, and you can come get rolls in with me. You can also come on Tuesday nights. Every other Tuesday, we do a 10-round Tuesday here. And while we're on it, we might as well say and give some shout-outs to our friends who have been saying some nice things about the shows that we've been creating lately, one of which is giving love to our good website here. You can catch it. You know, we're going to do that one again. I didn't like the way that looked. We're going to go ahead and bring it on back. Look at this. Check us on out at grapplinghour.com, or you can go over to hi.page/grapplinghour to support us and become a member of the show. The way you become a member of our show is you go over, you pay $5 a month to find out some of our interviews before anybody else. You get them for 30 days before anybody else gets to see them. But if you want to be a real one, an OG, you give us $10 and you get to see a premium subscription worth of content, meaning technique breakdowns, extra episodes, and yes, some occasional footage of myself rolling, which I think you'd get a big kick of. We just did an episode where Miha was able to roast some of my competition footage, and I think it was pretty funny. So that's what we got going on for you guys. My love, my appreciation. It has been a blast talking with you guys here tonight. My thanks to everybody here at New Ground Jiu Jitsu. I really enjoyed my time here, and I hope that you guys enjoyed the show. I think that's going to do it for us here today over at New Ground. It's been a great day for grappling. We'll see you back on the mats.